Make sure y'all like and share the video on your way in. Watch this, right? So let me walk this back. I want to get right into it, right? Let me get right into this, right? I want to go to the original post. So what I put out was Charlie Kirk shooter comes from a family of conservatives and right-wing Republicans. Watch out, everyone still pushes the division and leftist narrative. People was really beat me up over this post. All right, like this guy. I'm not sure that it matters which side he came from. He murdered a man in cold blood. The murder and the reaction of the people cheering is the issue. And I'm going to stop right there and say, people cheering your death ain't an issue. If people cheering about Charlie Kirk's death is an issue, then we need to stop hip hop music, trap music, and drill music, because these young men cheer about the death of their enemy all the time. If someone thinks Charlie Kirk is an enemy to their people, and they think that one of their enemies just died, they're gonna cheer it. And they got the right to do that in America. It's amazing to me that a lot of these patriots, a lot of people who got American flags on their avatar, they keep talking about people mocking Charlie Kirk's death is an issue. But here's my problem with it. As someone who served in the military and I was in the infantry, it's a spit in my face as a veteran. It's a spit in all veterans' faces that any American got a problem with what another American's saying, because I fought for your free speech. I fought and put my life on the line so that every American, even Charlie Kirk, can say whatever he want to say, no matter how radical it is, no matter how hateful it is, no matter how evil it is. Don't you know that free speech means you don't gotta just say good stuff out of your mouth? Don't you know free speech means I don't just gotta compliment you, I can insult you in America and ain't nothing gonna happen to me. That's the beauty of America. Now you got a lot of white folks that's calling themselves patriots, but they got a different idea of America than the black man. See, in the black man's America, everyone got the right to say what they want to say, when they want to say it, how they want to say it. That's the black man's America. At least that's the America that they describe to us when they talk about free speech. But in the white man's America, in his mind, everyone got the right to say whatever they want to say about everyone except the white man. In black man's America, you can mock my dead ancestors. They do it all the time. In black man's America, you can wear a shirt that say, I can breathe, after choking a black man out who couldn't breathe. In the black man's America, we are okay with the idea that people are gonna mock our history. They're all gonna mock what we went through in the past, and it was horrible. It was way more horrible than the Jewish Holocaust. And if you try to mock that, you'll get censored. So in the land of free speech, the speech is only free if you mocking black people. The speech is only free if you mocking Asian people. The speech is only free. You see, I can mock a Italian man death right now. Nothing will happen. I can mock the death of a Mexican man right now. I can do it right now. Nothing gonna happen. I can mock the death of anybody I want to right now, and nothing's gonna happen. But if I mock the death of Charlie Kirk, something gonna happen. Something gonna happen. Now ask yourself, is that equality for all? This ain't about people's fucked up attitudes and how ratchet they are for mocking the dead. It's about their right to do it. It's about their right as an American to do it. If somebody got a problem with a veteran covering the Charlie Kirk story from a perspective of free speech, kiss my black ass, motherfucker. Because you know why? You didn't join the military and you didn't put your life on the line for free speech. It's a bunch of white patriots that got a problem with Sanchez saying if a person want to mock Charlie Kirk's death, they can. And you know why these white patriots got a problem? Because the America they live in, you can mock whoever you want to mock, but you ain't gonna mock a white man. I want to make a point today that I didn't put my life on the line for that. I put my life on the line so that everyone can be able to say whatever they want to say, even if you want to mock someone's death. I fought for that. It's called free speech. Free speech mean, again, you don't got to pay for the shit you just said. It's free. Because it's America. So you got a lot of white folks that's saying they patriots, but their idea of patriotism is Jim Crow. You talking about a man that was murdered in cold blood? We shouldn't even discuss the people that's mocking his death. We should only be discussing the people that caused his death. And I'm gonna keep making videos saying this, man. So another thing that these white folks do who racist, right? What these white folks do who racist, right? They follow me and they love my content. And see, when Carmelo Anthony case came up, I came out against Carmelo Anthony. And guess what, y'all? All of the white people was patting me on my back. I'm gonna say this shit again now because this is hurting my heart, y'all. Listen what I learned as a black man in the past couple months. It's a way. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. If you ever heard of a Negro wake-up call, I'm gonna admit right now to everyone watching, Sanchez is having his Negro wake-up call right now. Sanchez is having his Negro wake-up call right now. I'm saying why, and it's pushing me to be pro-black. I'm gonna tell you why. When I came out against Carmelo Anthony, no one was telling me, Sanchez, this is division. No one was telling me, Sanchez, this a distraction. I didn't have no black conservatives. I didn't have no white folks telling me, Sanchez, why you even covering this? Everybody was patting me on the back except for black people. I was going against black people because in my eyes, Carmelo was wrong, and I still think Carmelo was wrong. I still think Carmelo was wrong, but here's what I learned. I learned that the white people that follow me don't mind me covering divisive news stories when I'm saying that the black brother was wrong. Now that I'm covering a story bringing up how the white man is wrong, all of my white subscribers talking shit to me, y'all. Well, most of them, not all. This the shit I'm talking about right here. Because I just did streams about Carmelo Anthony. No one was saying it's staged. They were saying, you right, Sanchez, that young black man is violent. They didn't say, that's fake news, Sanchez. How you know that ain't a staged event? No one came to me and said, Sanchez, it might be crisis actors. But with a white man shooting another white man, everybody coming to me like, Sanchez, I thought you were smarter than that. You don't know that this is a psyop? People coming to me saying, Sanchez, I thought you were smarter than that, man. You can't see this all staged. People coming to me saying, Sanchez, you the one perpetuating the division. Why are you perpetuating this division? But these same people allowed me to cover the Carmelo Anthony case. They didn't give me none of that energy. They agreed with me that Carmelo was a violent young black man. Some of these same white folks that you see come in right now, when I covered Carmelo, they was on my side. Now that I'm calling out this mass shooter, which is a threat to public safety, they want to tell me they know for a fact it's fake. And I'm not even caring whether it's fake or not. I don't know if it's fake or not. What's real is the division that is calling, and that's all I've been dealing with. How have I been dealing with it? By making white men be accountable for their violence, just like black men are being held accountable. Every time a black man kill another black man, is black violence. But you know what I've been hearing? Political violence. That's what they're calling the white man killing the white man, political violence, y'all. Everyone is using the words political violence. They're saying we gotta do something about political violence, as if politics can kill you. Politics ain't killing motherfuckers. It's the people that are radicalizing politics and have these radical political ideologies. So when a black man kill another black man, it's black on black violence. But in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, which is white on white violence, you don't hear those words. All you hear is political violence. We gotta do something about people mocking death versus we gotta do something about white mass shooters, which is a public safety threat, a public safety hazard. Anybody think that what I'm saying is divisive? Screw you, unsubscribe, I don't care. Anyone that sub to me that support that devil named Charlie Kirk, you can unsub to me too. I don't want nobody sub to me that supports Charlie Kirk, because he was an agent of division in America. Sanchez is an agent of unity. Let me start allowing callers on. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna break this down, you know, one caller at a time. And yeah, you know, so my thing with these white woke people, white people are using their wokeness as a way to dumb black people down from systemic racism. I don't care how many of your chakras you activated. If you can't still see that there's an agenda against a targeted group in this country, you didn't wake up, you went to sleep. So what I'm gonna tell you right now is this, you woke people. All right, when you get so damn woke that you can't see black versus white in America, then that's when you unsub from my channel. A lot of white folks are using the woke thing as a way to make black people ignore what's happening to them in this country. And a moment a black man calls out what's happening in this country, you know what they tell me? You being divisive. I thought you were smarter than that, is all fake. Only when I call out white on white crime. America have no problem calling out black on black crime. I don't understand how me calling out white on white crime now makes me not woke. See, fuck being woke then. I don't want to be part of y'all little woke clique no more. I just want to be Sanchez, because y'all trying to use that as a control mechanism of me not seeing the truth. There's some racist white people in power in this country, and my wokeness ain't gonna make me stop seeing that. And if your wokeness made you do that, I got to question if you woke at all. Now, people keep telling me to stick to, they telling me to stay out of politics because of what I said about Charlie Kirk's family being right-wing Republicans. And the reason people are coming at me is because they saying, hey, bro, the shooter was a liberal. So you're dumb for bringing up the fact that his parents were conservatives. But let me share some with y'all why I brought it up, right? I'm going to share some with y'all why I brought that up, because it went over their head, right? So I'm going to see if y'all can catch it. People on the right, like Charlie Kirk, often blame violence on single-parent households and liberalism. The reason I pointed out that Charlie Kirk's shooter came from a conservative right-wing Republican family is to show that you can have both parents in the home and they can be conservatives, yet still raise a quote-unquote rainbow warrior with liberal stances. Don't you know that Charlie Kirk blames black man's violence on his lack of a father in the house? Malcolm X didn't have a father. Did y'all know that Malcolm X was raised by a single mother? Right. It's so many examples that prove Charlie Kirk wrong. He want to blame the black man's violence on a lack of a father versus a prison industrial complex and social engineering. If they worried about black people inciting violence for mocking Charlie Kirk's death, then Charlie Kirk would tell you that hip-hop music incites young black men to kill other young black men by your same logic. But they won't use that logic when it comes to black violence because they're profiting off the music industry. They're in the bed with the small hats. They ain't gonna step on their white brother's foot who's profiting off the prison industrial complex and the music industry. So when they look at black violence, they gonna say it's cause the nigga didn't have a daddy. Despite all of the black men who was raised by single mothers who were advocates for world peace, dignified, honorable black men. Despite all the white men that didn't have despite all of the white men that had a mama and daddy in the house, but still hung niggas on trees. According to Charlie Kirk, your violence is due to a lack of a father, but the white man daddy stood over him as they castrated the black man. Your logic is flawed. It don't matter how many parents raised a person, it matter what they put in that person's mind when they raised them. So the man that killed Charlie Kirk had both of his parents. Charlie Kirk's shooter had a mama and daddy. And not only that, they was right-wing MAGA maniac Republicans. And they still raised a white man that was a threat to his own people. You see black people killing each other every day. They're threats to their own people. What's the mentality behind it? It's the music which incites violence in our community that don't nobody want to deal with because white men are profiting off the music and the prisons. Crazy Bone told you that. Charlie Kirk didn't listen to the Crazy Bone interview, but he loved to listen to Thomas Sowell. We should start calling that nigga Thomas Sowell out. So I don't understand how all of y'all missed that. This completely debunks Charlie's entire narrative because his killer had both parents and they were MAGA maniacs just like him. They act like MAGA households are the model everyone needs to replicate to make America great again. Yet here you have a young white man from an upper class suburban neighborhood raised by far-right MAGA conservatives, and he still turns out to be an assassin for the rainbow liberals. You can't pin this one on black single mothers in the ghetto, which is exactly what Charlie often tried to do. But his murderer wasn't a black man who was raised by a single mother. It was a white boy who was raised by a beautiful household with a mama and a dad in the house, and they both were MAGA Republicans. But all of the people on the right is making this a left thing because the shooter was left. But guess what? It don't matter what Democratic Party the shooter, it don't matter what political party the shooter was. Guess what matter? Who raised you? That's right. Who raised you? And guess who raised that rainbow liberal? Not no rainbow liberals. So what does this prove? This proves that y'all want to stereotype these crazy ass shooters in public on transgender rainbow liberals. And you can't stereotype everything because the perfect example of is in Charlie Kirk's death. There's a message in his death the fact that the person that took him out, you can say this boy was a rainbow assassin for the liberals, but the fact that two conservative parents raised him ought to be a wake-up call.
Hey, I just want to add, if you don't mind, brother, just to give you a break. I know you're saying a lot, bro, and I'm hearing you all the way. I want to first start by saying,
What
fuck Charlie
Charlie
Kirk.
Kirk's death proved is that violence in America can't be attributed to one race, one political party, or whether or not there's one or two parents in the home.
Yeah, it debunks. And like you say, who raised you? The TV raised a lot of these people. You're right. In society, and what's happening, bro, this is the modern day JFK, and is gonna take the attention away from a lot of things that's happening. And you're speaking on a lot of these simultaneously. So thank you, bro, for what you're doing. First off. Yep.
Okay, so thank you for joining. We have other people on the call. Shout out to my brother Nasir, my brother Key Norfolk. If y'all want to introduce yourself, if you have any interjections thus far, go right ahead, or I'm gonna keep it rolling. Salutes to you guys, though.
How you doing, my brother, this evening?
I'm doing very good, brother, and I appreciate your time, Nasir, man. I really feel honored whenever you hop on, man. Same to you, my brother Key. Appreciate y'all, man.
Brother, I'm honored to be here, brother. You mentioned the mockery of our people at the hands of, police and other Caucasian people. I just want to point out something. During the time we were protesting, brothers dying at the hands of police, Colin Kaepernick suggested that we take a knee, during the national anthem as a protest. Now, Derek Chauvin had an encounter with George Floyd. How he mocked us in our protest when he had an encounter with George Floyd. He took a knee on the man's neck. That's how he mocked us. That's how he mocked our deaths, by killing that man, by taking a knee on his neck. So the mockery is real. Charlie Kirk said that Trayvon Martin was the thug and hunted down George Zimmerman, knowing that there was an audio tape of George Zimmerman calling the police, and dispatch told him, no, don't follow him, don't pursue him. And he pursued him anyway. But he said that young man was the thug, and he hunted down George Zimmerman.
You know what I don't get, though, brother Nasir? All of these people that's coming after me with and defending Charlie Kirk, they what I call keyboard warriors. But what's crazy is they're defending a man that would have hopped on the call. They're defending a man that would have rolled out and put up on you for a debate at your college. So what I'm saying, a lot of the people that's defending Charlie Kirk, they ain't shit like him when it comes to bravery and speaking up for the far right and willing to come and bring their arguments to the public. So they're keyboard warriors, and they will never come on to the call because this show prove it. But I just want to point that out for sure.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's crazy how they try to censor us. Our freedom of speech. And they'll say that he's championed because his freedom of speech, but they want to censor ours. And that's why they're championing him, because they say he exercised his rights, but they want to impede on ours. Makes no sense to me.
Yeah, and so my thing is, like, I found out some too. A lot of white folks with these American flags on their avatar, and they acting like they patriots and stuff, they're racist. Because when I was in the military, I had a naive viewpoint of patriotism. I thought it was, I really believed in the idea of all these races in America loving on each other under red, white, and blue, and that we move past, you know, black people being treated a certain way. Because being in the Air Force, you can really kind of get your head blowed up like these people care about you, because I mean, they care about their property. You're just their property. You're like any OG gonna care about his shooters, right? So
Indeed.
like, but they don't fucking care about you. They care about what you're doing for them. You willing to die and kill for them. Hell yeah, they care about you. It's a false fucking sense of inclusion.
Yes, sir.
And I had it as a young man. And I'm fucking enraged as an older man now to really wake up and see how these people feel about me in this country, man. Real talk.
And
Real.
what the soldiers are, Bro Sanchez, by default, because some of them are really getting to the military because they want to do what, you know, they want to be all they can be and be a soldier and protect the country. But what the soldiers are, they're economic hitmen by default. Because that's what they are.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what else we are. We are, well, I can't say we because I'm not a soldier no more, but if you're a soldier, you are an agent for the United Nations New World Order agenda. Point blank, plain and simple. And guess what? I'm going to tell you something else. The soldiers are property of the chief, for example, whatever president in office, and that's Trump right now. You got to ask yourself, how do I know who team the soldiers on? I'm finna tell you, coming from a military background. Whatever president is in office, the soldiers is gonna be fighting for his ideologies.
Yes, sir.
So Trump is in office now. It's some MAGA shit, and these soldiers gonna do what they told under his administration. If Biden was in office, they'll be riding for that. They don't have a voice. They just shoot at who the leader tell me to shoot at.
But
You know, and by default, Sanchez, by default, it's a trickle down brotherhood in these fucking local or county police stations, right? Like, you know, and I kept asking myself over the years when I seen these trainfuls of military equipment being moved into these warehouses, right, across the country, what are they preparing for? And like your friend said there just a second ago, it don't make sense. I think it's a reverse psychology, and they make these public assassination, whether they're real or not, that's an argument for later. But what it all adds up to at the end of the day is psychological warfare. And you're right. When you sign that contract and you put your life on the line for whoever's in office, it's a fucking mind game. Excuse my language, but
yo,
But you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Oh.
It really, I'm gonna say this, and you got it, brother. It really what really confirms to me that I'm doing the right thing is the fact that if the people who are opposing me really thought they was right, they would literally have something to convince me where I'm wrong. And I'm the type dude that'll listen, right? And I have listened for so long. And the thing is, what I'm asking people to do right now is very difficult. I'm asking them if they support Charlie Kirk to come up here and show me how he wasn't part of the division problem. They have no problem telling Sanchez that me covering this story is being divisive, but they're defending.
I'm gonna tell you like this, brother.
But hold on, I'm gonna land here. They're defending Charlie Kirk, and he was divisive. All I'm doing is showing how his murder is being used to perpetuate division by the small hats. That's all I've been doing. If someone come on and say, no, Sanchez, you've been doing more than that. You've been throwing little sneak shots here and there, pointed out. I'll own up to it.
Look, brother Sanchez. Hey, look, I've been listening. Salute to the panel. You know, Giovanni Mazik. Just want to say salute to the panel. What up, brother Sanchez? And you know, for the last past few days, I've been like, you know, just tuning in. You know, tapping in here and there. And I don't even know the dude. This is my first time hearing about him, right? But for me, reading him and understanding, because look, me personally, I'm 33, right? As a so-called black man, I know more about a white person than a white person will know about a so-called black person. You know what I'm saying? And ain't that
That's
kind of
facts.
weird? So so
It ain't
so
weird
so
because guess
everything,
what? I'm gonna tell you
yeah,
why it ain't weird. When your people at the bottom think about this, I guarantee you that the prey know more about the predator than the predator know about the
right,
prey. Right.
Indeed,
right,
because
right.
the,
So
because
and
the
then
the
all right,
prey
look,
is on the lookout.
Uh-huh.
right. So and look, I'm gonna go off on a tangent on that. But at the same time, it's like this, right? So as I was saying, like a so-called black man knows a so-called black person, or so-called black person know a white person more than what a white person will know a black person, right? So over the years we seen studying, everybody got eyes, we observe, right? So what I'm saying is this. So if I'm a white person, right, and I'm following all of these like racist media outlets and it's brainwashing me. But I'm already brainwashed from birth anyway. My family's telling me all these things. I'm seeing things. I really don't understand these people, but it's so great. LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? So you're looking at it, and the concept is crazy because just like you said, they playing on everybody. So you got this dude Kirk. Like I said, I don't even know him. I've known him for about a few days, and from what I'm reading is he just regurgitating what he's learned from racist media. That's it. You know what I'm saying? From over the years of him being young and growing up, and he's constantly going up and down. That's what they do. A lot of white people they constantly scroll up and down and they seeing and thinking that all so-called black people are the same, right? They just now realizing that we different from the Africans, and we've always been here, right? Native American, indigenous. So as they learn that more and more, it's kind of like fucking with them mentally because excuse the language, but it's kind of mess with them mentally because now they like, well, that does make sense, but at the same time, then they reading the book. But a lot of them don't even like. I've been studying like ancient esoteric knowledge, you feel me, metaphysics and genetics since like in 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? Going into high school because I fell into the holes of the Bobby Hemmings and brother C. Freeman L. You feel me? Dr. Phil Valentine. So as as stuff like that, Little Africa, his symposium come up, and they because he got the whole symposium about racism, and it's really a mental illness. You know what I'm saying? And as I was reading, I understand like, yeah, racism is a mental illness. You feel me? Yeah, if you got that inferior attitude, and of course, just like Buddy said right now, they're always on the lookout because they think we're going to treat them the same way as they treated us. You feel me? Because, and I'm going to lay my plane because, like I said, like I know this Kirk dude. I study him and I'm saying I don't have no emotions. You feel me? Like, I mean, we never see him off camera. It could have been a money play, and they had to get rid of him because he was just
Mm.
saying too much. You feel me? So I'm gonna land my plane, and if you look at it all in a nutshell, it's like, I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, all he's been regurgitating is all racist media outlets, because it's like anything a white person say about a black person, 9 times out of 10 is never true. If you want to get on some real history and follow the timeline, you know what I'm saying? But a lot
Exactly.
of them don't even do research. They don't even care about history at all. So they do
Vom-
no type of research. They don't know about genetics, DNA code structures, and metaphysics. They don't know anything about that stuff. So over time, I'm reading books and all that. And that's why I say about him, I have no feelings towards the dude. I mean, he was just a chess move. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Because really, think about it.
yeah, he's part of that long
Yeah,
unfolding
you know what I'm
narrative,
saying?
bro.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so he didn't know what's coming. He's feeling good, he getting the money, he driving the cars, you know what I'm saying? Boom, you get popped. You
He
was part
getting
of the
in the bed.
play.
He getting in the bed with dogs. That's what he
Right. He
did.
signed just like Brother Sanchez said. Like I've been listening. It's like Brother Sanchez said. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
And
all a play.
I gotta ask a question to y'all in the chat room. The way that I've been covering this Charlie Kirk situation, have I been covering in a divisive way or in a
Nah, bro.
way?
Nah. They can't even get that, bro.
Nah, you haven't. I'm be real. I've been listening for the last few days, Brother Sanchez. Like I said, I don't know this dude from a can of paint. I'm just now learning about him, and I say he just a pawn. You feel what I'm saying? For them to figure out and get more time to figure out something else. But see, the thing about it is they rowdying up the races, like, because it's like this, right? It's like, see, white people, they get it mixed up. They think racism and prejudice is the same, but it's not. It's totally different. You feel me?
But you
Racism,
know what? Yeah,
like
break it down
so-called
because
black
I was
people.
just finna break it
Look,
down,
all
but I
right,
know
look,
you
here we
about to
go.
do
All
it. Yeah,
right,
go
cool,
ahead.
cool.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you the mic. So, all right, so racism and prejudice is two totally different things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Racism, so-called black people can never be racist because we don't benefit from it. You understand what I'm saying?
Got no
So, and
power.
now, exactly, we have no power. You feel me?
Well, yeah,
Dr.
and then,
Paul
let me just
Anderson explained that years ago.
and I just want to piggyback and be redundant just to say,
Let
yeah,
me land my
the
plane one time though,
okay,
right?
okay,
So,
yeah, because I was just
my bad, my
piggybacking
bad.
on.
All
Yeah,
right,
you
so
got.
yeah, and I'm gonna get back to you. So, and then, like you're saying, racism, so-called black people cannot be racist because we don't benefit from it. So, prejudice, I can hate you because you're white, black, yellow, pink, orange. That's prejudice. You feel me? So, it's two
Prejudging.
different concepts. Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, and I'm gonna let my plane. I'm just saying, like, a lot of so-called, like, sometimes I be hearing them out, they be talking, and I get in the conversation, and it kind of shut them up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bro, you don't even read, you don't really do research, you don't even know who I am. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you see LeBron James, Kobe, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you really don't know me. I know you more than you know me, and it's nothing about that. Like, hey, it's all love with me. You feel me? But I'm just saying, it's just like
Brother, I want to
the
piggyback on
reason
some
why he's
shit you
skilled. All
said
right, yeah,
though,
go ahead.
because
Go
you
ahead.
said you brought this thing up. I want to drive it home though for the young brothers, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
especially for these young black conservatives, because they think that black people can be just as racist as whites. My grandfather was racist, just like
Exactly.
white. But let me tell you
Nonsense.
something.
You just can't.
I'm
You can't.
finna
It's
break it down.
nonsense.
I'm finna break it down.
Poppycock.
So just give me like 1 minute, right? Watch this, right? Here's why you can't do that, right? Because your granddaddy, just like most of our granddaddies on the panel, they didn't have the power to do nothing but talk shit about the white man. The white man had the power to not only talk shit about the black man, but spread propaganda around the whole world about him.
Exactly.
Take his history from him, his native tongue, genetically modify him, mentally change his mental chemistry. So much stuff. I'll be here all day. You ain't got the power to do that to him. So we got
Sure.
the power to be prejudiced, which is no power at all. Being prejudiced just means you prejudging a group of people,
Prejudging
and
them.
you're right. You saying, listen, this group of people are known to hang niggas and lynch them. You automatically prejudging them, but
Right.
their prejudgment of me ain't even true, because they will say, well, this
Right.
black dude is more likely to rob you. Right? When think
Right.
about it, they robbed my ancestors for a whole country.
Exactly.
A
They said
lot.
Right.
the chief
That's hey,
robbers
that's
took
that
us
guilty
out.
shit.
Hold
Them
on,
old
let
white
him land.
motherfuckers,
Let
man.
him land.
That's guilty, conscious.
Let him
Right.
That's why
land.
they
Yeah. Yeah.
have
No,
that.
it's a
Yeah, go
fact.
ahead.
It's a fact. That's a fact. He said, yeah, it's guilty
Yo,
conscience.
So racism is the
It's what.
ability,
Yeah.
and that's why we call them racist, because that's when you able to act on your prejudices. See, black
exactly.
people
Right.
we got prejudices, black people, but we can't act on them. Give
Can't
me
act
10,
on them.
give me 15 more seconds, because this finna be important, right? Just like black people mocking Charlie Kirk's death, that's all we can do is talk shit and run our mouth. We ain't gonna never assassinate a white man though. See, it was a white man that assassinated a white man, and that's what I'm saying about the power that the white man got. He got the power to actually act on his prejudices, and he will even do it against his own. The black people won't even do it against our own enemy, but the white man is doing it against his own so-called ally.
And also,
Hey,
Bro
Chanta,
Sanchez,
do you think that's what they're trying to do?
they can
You
they
think
can
that
Mhm.
they're
also propagate hate and lies, because they've been saying since this happened that people are mocking this man's death without giving one example. They didn't give one example of a mockery, bro.
I
People
can
just
show
said
you.
they don't give a damn, but that's not mockery. Saying
I,
somebody
I,
they don't care is not mockery.
I can show.
I got a question. I got a
Hold on.
question, bro.
Hold
Sanchez.
up. I got you,
I
Grind.
kind of, I
I
kind of,
got you. I got you. 1 second. I just want to tell my brother Nasir, I can show you a video of one female at Texas Tech mocking his death, and she was singing that song "F your homie, he dead," and she was dancing and stuff. And
That's
I
just
didn't see
I seen
that.
ignorance,
somebody
man.
mock his
That's
death.
just
I seen
ignorance,
somebody mock
bro.
his
Like,
death.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
but see, my thing is this though.
Got a
I'm
right to
not.
if you want to though.
She got her. She
I
got a
got you.
right to. And at this moment, it ain't testing black people on. Are we not ratchet enough to mock people's death? Because y'all listen to
Yeah,
trap music, drill music. Think about it.
yeah,
Donald.
that's the video I was gonna say. Yeah.
I'm gonna let this brother go. I'll go after him.
it's like this, right, Brother Sanchez? It's like this, right?
It's a lot of
Like,
chaos, kind of
so-called,
chaotic on the panel right now a little bit. But go ahead.
yeah. So it's like this, right? It's like, so-called black people, like we can't be racist because it don't benefit us, right? And it's like we just don't. It's not programmed within our DNA structure or bloodline to be hateful. We showed them love when we first seen them. The Moors, what they do? They went there cleaned up, man. They was throwing what? Taking shits and buckets and throwing them out the window. We cleaned up shop. We helped them. You know what I'm saying? We was just always portrayed. And I think that our ancestors just got tired of the thousands and thousands and hundred years of war. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew everything as far as like reincarnating, coming back and doing it better, doing it over and still helping. So we had to keep going to war. So it's like you really think about it like this, man. This dude Kirk, like he was just for years just regurgitating racist media. That's it. That was just spewing all of the false narratives about so-called black people. He never even knew who he were, but he gonna know now. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna have to deal with that. But at the
I
same
got a
time,
question.
it's
Who
like
did that dude work for? Who did Charlie Kirk? Who
I
was
don't
he
even
getting paid
know him.
by?
I'm
This is what we finna do. Start now. Start now. There's just not gonna be just a random, because I ain't gonna even lie. Y'all, y'all gotta kind of say what you gotta say and just mute up. You don't have to just keep going on and on and on and on. But yeah, so salutes to y'all. Appreciate your input. You know what I'm saying? But we do have other callers. I want to see if there's anyone on that
Yep.
actually is here with smoke. But yeah, real truth. I know you were next, so go right ahead for sure.
So
I,
this is what I
I
want
got
to say.
smoked though.
I
I just
found
let
out.
I don't know that I got that beat long.
We'll let the smoke go out. The real truth. You'll be able to get your smoke in after him. Salute.
Salute my brother Sanchez. What's good, bro?
What's
Check it
good?
out. We found out who that guy worked for and what happened. He was working for the Z people, Nest people, Z Nest. You know what I'm talking about? And they were defunding him because he was spitting all that rhetoric that was like they was talking like anti-Semitic. So basically, the rabbi came out and told the whole story, and like that's why he got knocked off. Y'all ain't see that video?
I might pull up some of these. Well, now today ain't the stream for that, but I do have a stream where I'm gonna be bringing with the Charlie Kirk updates with the Candace Owens receipts and all of these different new receipts about the shooter and the why, the who, what, and why behind it. I'm gonna be dealing with that tomorrow because
Yeah.
tomorrow is Thursday and that's my main day. And we're gonna be going into the conspiracy side of this whole thing.
But
But
man, he
Hey,
blew it out the water, bro.
Sanchez.
Hold
Hey,
on,
you
hold
gotta
on.
be careful with this shit, cause they locking niggas up and all type of shit. They killing niggas, all type of shit. Over talk about Kirk. You gotta be careful talking about, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna tell you
Hey,
something right now, though, bro. They gonna kill you anyway
Yes,
because the
sir.
people that's in government are in the bed with Henry Kissinger and who's a small hat and with the small hats, and they got a depopulation agenda, bro. And it ain't
period.
nothing we can do it. They're gonna run that out, whether you like it or not. That's
Yeah.
written in their
Yeah, all
fucking
new.
But you
in their
showing your
plans. You know what I'm
hand,
saying?
hey, you showing
Yeah.
your hand when you hopping on here talking about all this shit though. You
Hey,
showing your
But
hand, they can
you
kill
gotta
us.
realize something, Naga. I keep
can't be
telling you,
scared
bro,
now.
I joined the white man's military and I was willing to die for this damn country. And you telling me that I can't give my people that same service?
Go
right.
ahead, brother.
Facts.
Go
No, I
ahead,
Hey,
feel
brother.
that. I feel that
Allow
though.
me
But
to
Real
do
talk.
that, brother. Yeah, allow me to do that, please, man.
Real talk, man. I've been waiting for a
nah, I
minute.
ain't. I'm
Yeah,
just
let's
saying,
let the
watch your
brother Key
background, this
Norfolk.
motherfucker.
Hey, brother, if all you gonna do is beg me to be careful, please, with all due respect, just let Key Norfolk grab it. Shout out to the brother Key Norfolk. Yeah.
Hey, salute, my brother. Hey, man, you doing a fucking marvelous job, bro. You know why? Because people don't get it. They gonna get you anyway. It's like you was kidnapped and you thinking you gonna tell them where the money is and they gonna let you go or something gonna change. They gonna get your ass anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's
sir.
like people talk about you being woke, bro. I don't even look at you like being woke. Woke ain't shit. Nigga, you aware. See, these motherfuckers woke. And when you pass woke and when you aware, you seeing shit they don't see. So when you get to saying shit that scare their paradigm because they want shit to be okay, but nigga ain't shit finna be okay. We already saw these stories already. It's in the script. It's in the Bible. It's in the movies. It's in everything. Everything is telling the same story over and over again. Who told you niggas that you niggas was free for you niggas to even think you gotta say so any motherfucking way? Who told y'all you was free?
Hey,
And that's a
I want
colorless
to make a
agenda.
hold
I
up,
just want to say that.
fall back. One thing I want to say about the Charlie Kirk situation, man, real talk. One thing I want to say about this situation is that y'all forgetting something. They want a race war in this country because when it comes to the depopulation agenda, now we forgot what was happening in Louisiana during Hurricane Katrina when they was just allowed to snipe black folks and shoot them.
Yes.
Only thing I'm saying is they trying to bring that back now. We're seeing the police work on behalf of the white supremacists, on behalf of the Trump administration. The Trump is rewriting the Constitution.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a dude that was he was at a I saw a dude that was at a vigil, right? He was at a Charlie Kirk vigil. And he was saying F Charlie Kirk. He didn't touch nobody, but the whole crowd jumped on him, beat him up bad. And the police locked him up because he kept saying F Charlie. Let me holler at you. The police locked him up because he kept saying F Charlie Kirk even after getting beat badly. So they're making like F Charlie Kirk is a crime. And if they do that and we allow that, then guess what? Kiss your First Amendment goodbye. You ain't got freedom of speech no more. I think Charlie Kirk may be a sacrifice to take away freedom of speech. And that will be a very profitable sacrifice because taking away our voice is something very hard to do. To have a government in America that can punish you for what you say, that ain't never really been that way in America, man. This is some new shit happening under Trump.
Yeah.
And that's
the political
the main
speech.
tool
Can I
that
say this?
enables you to defend yourself. Speaking.
Can I say this?
You niggas better have y'all guns, dead homies.
I got something to say. I know
Man,
people got seniority and stuff.
Hey, hold up real quick, y'all. Let's do one mic at a time, and the brother, somebody, I think who was it next? Was it the smoke was next? Actually, the smoke was next. Let's go to the smoke.
Before you go, Bro Sanchez, I have to go, brother. But I appreciate you. I like these talks, brother, and but I have to go. It's getting late.
Okay,
for me.
man. Hey,
But
peace and much love. Thank you for every time, man. So now at this time, everybody hit the like button, hit the share button. We finna bring the smoke in. So the brother that was saying he disagreed. State your disagreement. Go ahead.
What's up, Sanchez? Hey, so I just got something because I wanted to ask a question and then jump in. Because I kind of been a little minute because everybody was talking, but you were saying that I kind of forgot, but you were saying like black on black crime and white on white crime, it was like two different things. I can't remember exactly what you said, so I can pinpoint my question. I should have wrote it down and took some notes. But I don't think this is something that need to be personalized. Like
who's personalizing it and how?
Like to make it an emotional, like, oh, this black people like this, or if the white people do this, or white people shot him, or black people can't shoot white people.
I don't understand.
Because you said Because you said they take a white man to assassinate a white man, but we seen black men assassinate black people on our side though too. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you understood the context of what I was saying. What I was saying was this right here, right? I was saying that Charlie Kirk brought up black violence as a public safety concern. But my argument, even before he died, was that you have a more chance of dying from some mass crazy white shooter in the public versus some black guy. Facts. So when they bring up black on black violence ain't in the mainstream public. It's exclusively limited to the ghetto. So, and Charlie Kirk, but you gotta let me. You gotta let me finish.
No, my fault. Yeah, my fault. Go ahead.
So, and Charlie Kirk's murder proved what I'm saying, because he died in a public place in a beautiful city in Utah that's Christian based, and it proves everything I was saying before he died. And even before he died, he tried to ignore what we were saying, which is, hey, you can't just bring up black on black violence, because right before he got shot in his noodle, right? Some student had asked him, what are we gonna do about mass shootings in America? Because if you count up how many mass shootings it's been in the past 2 years, bro, we've been breaking records, but no one know about it because the mass shooters are often a white young male profile, and they don't want the white face to be the face of violence. Even when it takes out one of their own, Charlie Kirk, they still want to make black people the fucking villains for mocking his death. Is what I'm saying.
We ain't got nothing to do with this shit though. I ain't gonna lie.
Hold up, Naga, fall back, Naga. You gotta stay muted, Naga. So Grind, watch this. The reason I brought up that a white assassin killed them is for the reason that Charlie Kirk brought up black on black violence as a public safety concern. And my issue was the public are more endangered by these crazy white vigilante shooters that's just going up in the subway. Black gang members don't even do that. They aiming at the other gang member, but they just ain't got training, so they hit other people.
Well, you also said something about the household. You said it depends on who raised them and stuff like that. And I just want to
exactly, because listen, and it ain't just me saying that. Charlie Kirk said that about black people.
But you got to
agree too.
You got to.
I'm a white dude, and I agree.
You gotta kind of generalize that statement though, because you said Charlie Kirk said it was because the black kids ain't got no father.
That's what he said, brother. That's his argument. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to.
Sanchez has proven a point though. Hold on. What Sanchez has proven a point with who really raises the public.
You agree with him? I'm saying I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Point.
He's pointing out what Charlie Kirk
did. Let me talk.
And he's trying to
that's a cracker.
I'm trying to talk to the man.
I got you, Grind. Listen, this is what we'll do. I'm gonna make a rule right now, y'all. No one unmute. Just let me and this brother talk, because it gotta be fair. Like if I'm going to fight a brother and my homie's going with me and they say it's a fair fade, I know it's hard, but y'all gotta sit on the sideline and let me run this fair one. But here go the good news though. This brother, after he run his fade with me, he don't mind running one with y'all. He just don't want to get jumped, right, brother?
That's a fact. That's a fact. I've been, man, since day one, bro. I've been following. I've been on here before. I don't know if you remember me, but I've been following you for a long time, man. You know what I'm
saying? Right, man, and I respect brothers like you, because y'all know how to oppose me and disagree with me and still keep that shit with the love, bro. So salutes. And yeah, do your thing. We ain't gonna gang up on you, man. We gonna go. And the next person, RG, I know you want to smoke with him. Just stand by. I'm gonna let you run.
I just wanted to, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go next. Hold up, y'all. It's grind time. Y'all stopping his flow. The longer he not talking, his momentum go down. I know, because I do this. Let him get the flow back.
All right, so what I wanted to say was that you got to kind of generalize that statement, because because we still got statistics as well. You know what I mean? How it comes to a single parent household, it's that less children go to jail or face prison time when they just with the father versus with the mother. Or, it's just certain things that come into balance when it comes to talks like that, because I mean, it is about who raised you, but at the same time, statistics still do prove that living without a father is the cause for kids
Okay,
to face prison time and violence.
okay. So check this out. Did you have your father in the house? Yes or no?
Yes. It was off and on. Like my parents was married.
You ain't got to do all that. Did
Yeah.
you ever engage in violent behavior coming up in the hood ever?
Yes, sir. Hell yeah.
With
Hell
a
yeah.
father in the house, brother, and you had your mom and daddy in the house. Now, guess what, brother? I know some brothers who didn't have a mama or a daddy, and they didn't engage in no violence at all.
Yeah. I mean, it can be like that too, because you gotta, it's all about the emotional character of a person too. You know what I mean? Because some people is lovers and not fighters.
I'm gonna tell you what it's about. It's about
attention. Attention. Being harassed by the ISIS.
Peace to everybody that's listening. Did that audio hurt y'all ears? I hope that it didn't, because if it did, it was a little glitch, but we still bouncing back from it though. So we had a troll hop on, but we still in the building though. We ain't going nowhere. So we gonna drop the link once again. Shout out to the entire panel that was there. Now y'all got to realize now, everyone on YouTube, especially black YouTube, is able to go live and cover these topics with no trolls. What y'all got to realize is the man with the most trolls often got the most truth, all right? That's right. I'm just saying, right? You got to peep that now. You got to peep how many people still getting trolled by callers in 2025, right? So just peep that out, and I'm the only one doing that. So that ought to give me some kind of credibility that, hey, it's like this. They try to silence and censor Trump, and everybody say, well, damn, Trump must be the man. They silenced Charlie Kirk, and people are saying, well, that makes his message stronger. People keep saying me get silenced online, and it don't let them know that I'm the truth, bro. That I'm the voice that's tearing through the media narrative, through the algorithm narrative. Because look, everybody on YouTube that's selling a division about Charlie Kirk, they ain't getting palm bombed and trolled. They got professional panels. It's just beautiful, right? So the whole thing you got to realize is the man that ain't going with the left or the right, right? The man that is always giving you the down the middle truth, he's the man that's gonna get. The man with the most truth got the most trolls. It's just no way around that, bro. But salutes to everybody. We ain't gonna let it stop nothing. You can call back in though. So, and that'll help me identify the trolls. Because when we do our little call back in, we only doing one caller at a time, because it was too many people actually trying to talk over each other anyway and just saying a bunch of vague stuff, and I really want to filter and pinpoint and target the actual smoke. So let me go ahead and invite people back on. Yeah, the trolls ain't stopping nothing at all. Salutes to the trolls. Yeah, salutes to them trolls, man. It don't do nothing but let people know who the real one is. Put this up here real quick. Bam. We ain't stopping, and we just gonna snip that right on out and use that for credibility. We got 800 people in the building, and it's 8 o'clock. Let's see if we can get 1,000 by 10. We want nothing but the smoke, y'all. Where the smoke at? I'm going to bring. So the brother who got the smoke for me, he's joining right now. And we about to finish our debate. So hit the like button right now. Hit the share button. We ain't going nowhere. What's good, bro?
Yeah, what's up, bro? So, that was crazy.
Yeah, very. That's why, right, I got a program that allowed me to do just and respond how I did. But welcome back, bro, and yeah, continue.
Yeah, damn, I forgot where we left off. Oh yeah, I was talking about statistics, when it comes to dealing with what kids turn out to be from their household. So that's where I landed the plane that before that happened.
And see, and what I'm gonna do, right? I don't need a big old panel anyway. The people that's on the call right now, we just gonna lock this in. And if anyone else join the call, it'll have to be smoke only. But yeah, everyone else in the waiting room, we're gonna leave y'all there just so we can, because I know all of these brothers here. But the one thing that I wanted to do was let the brother finish his spiel. He was rudely interrupted by a troll. People, let's get the numbers back up because y'all know that the algorithm been hurting your boy. The algorithm been having your boy like in the little chokehold, nigga. So I really need y'all to smash that like and share. Go ahead, bro. So my whole thing was, I think we was talking about the fact that Charlie Kirk wanted to blame black violence on the fact that it's single mothers and that black men ain't with their women.
I can somewhat agree with that, even though I know it was some backhanded, racist little comment. I can somewhat agree with that though, because from my experience,
it ain't. Can I say one? It ain't if you agree with it or not, because see, the whole thing is this right here. You said you had smoke with me, right? I agree with Charlie Kirk that the black man need his father in the house, but I disagree with him that simply because a black man raised by a single mother, he's gonna be violent. Because you're a prime example that debunks that. You had your mama and daddy, but you still were violent. Come on, bro. Come on. You debunked that. You debunked that, bro.
It's different circumstances too, though, because
you can't.
I still got free will. It's my own choice,
bro. So, you doing that? This free will, really?
Yeah,
bro. Stop, bro. Stop.
It's my own choice because you gotta think though. Like, hold on. Go ahead.
You proving my point. If you're saying it's about free will, then why is Charlie Kirk blaming the parents? Because Charlie Kirk blaming the daddy for not being there in the black family. You're saying it don't matter because that boy got free will. But you said you agree with Charlie Kirk. Actually, you disagree with Charlie Kirk because you saying, hey, what I'm saying, which is everybody gonna do what they want to do. Think about when you say free will, you making my argument. I'm saying you have both of your parents and you still use your free will to do violence. So it don't matter if you had a single mother or not, because I know dudes from single mothers who didn't do no violence. You had both parents and you did violence. So you're making my point when you actually double down and say, yeah, my daddy wasn't there, but I had free will. That's what I was telling Charlie Kirk. I'm telling Charlie Kirk, how you blaming them single mothers? Them kids chose to jump. So check this out. And here's
can I get one in? Just one in? So I can say this. I didn't turn up until my father wasn't present.
That don't matter, bro.
That matter.
It doesn't, bro.
Yes, it is, because it builds up.
I'm gonna tell you why. Can I please tell you why it don't matter?
Okay.
Because if your daddy is doing his job right, even when you ain't around him, you supposed to still fear him, and his image supposed to pop in your brain when he's miles away, where when you doing something your daddy don't want you to do, his image gonna pop in your head, even if that nigga at work, I don't care if he taking a vacation in Jamaica, nigga. You're gonna say, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that because my daddy gonna still whoop my ass. He may be gone now,
I can't
but when
agree
he
with that
go,
because my story's so much deeper than that.
hold up, bro. Only thing I'm telling you is this, bro. It's levels to parenting. It's levels to fatherhood. I'm telling you, right? I know some fathers that are such disciplined, militant, and powerful fathers. They boy can be miles away from them and he know better. Do I have any fathers like that on the
Right here,
panel?
right here,
Do I
right here,
have any
right,
fathers
right
like
here,
that on
right
the
now.
panel? No,
Right here,
you gotta shut up a minute, Grind. I'm trying to see, do I
what's
got
up?
any fathers like
Right
that on
here,
the panel?
right here, real talk, bro.
Mhm.
My son, man, I spend a lot of time with my son. But even though I'm in Texas right now, my son in Boston, bro, you can't. My son ain't finna. I have a connection with my son. So when it comes to parenting, you gotta parent your child's mind, body, and soul. That's one of the things we missing too. They got a mind, they got a body, and a soul. A lot of parents are just equipped to, well, I got my child's body together. I'm feeding them and I'm putting clothes on. Nigga, that ain't it. It get deeper than that, and I'm gonna fall back.
Cause I'm gonna tell you
I
like
was gonna
this,
say,
nigga. I know some niggas raised by single mothers who mother got the fear in them of they fucking mama, nigga. And guess what?
now can I speak?
They know when mama far away, they better be in line, nigga. Talking about daddy. I'm just saying. But yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead, real true.
this way I could be. My mama, you do something out there you want to. She be done found out by the time you get home, and she brought the rap. My mother 81, and she still bring it, bro. She don't play that shit.
That's a
You know
fact.
better, and it don't matter because, like, if you know, if the child want to do something in his mind and go out there and do it, it ain't because like the mother or the father. Some people be with step family. Some people be with you know, some
It,
children be with, you know what I'm saying?
it
It's up
is
to the
though
individual.
because the
Y'all
reason
gotta
the
Hold
reason
on,
I started acting a fool because my mama was broke and my father was a
hold on.
crackhead. But it was before I even
No, no,
understood.
no, no.
You know what I'm saying? It was like that's why I said my story so much more deeper than that. I didn't fear my father. My father taught me a skill and told me not to and told me never to be like him. That's all my father could ever teach me. You feel what I'm saying? So
Well,
it was just
what I'm
so it's
saying is this,
different.
bro.
It's
We know
different.
right from listen. We know right from wrong. You can feel that within. You make
It,
the wrong choice.
it
You already
depends.
know you're
Hey,
gonna get
doing
your ass
that.
whipped.
It depends because I didn't think I was wrong when I was doing what I was doing. I
What was you
thought
doing?
this what you thought this was. I thought this was what you supposed to do, so you could get some money. You feel me? I ain't want to go to school without having no rocker wear on
Come on
and,
now.
Bro, let me
Come on
holler
now.
at let me
all that
holler
type
at
of
you. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you real quick.
shit.
So listen. So check this out, right? He
Mm-hmm.
just proved my point. The music influenced this brother to be violent. Cause check this out. He wanted to go to school and follow the trends that he saw on the hip in the music. I did too. That proved my point when I said Charlie Kirk was wrong. Because even if you got your mama and daddy in the house, when you cut the hip hop music on, guess what you ain't got? A chain around your neck, some Jordans on your feet, a beeper on your pocket. And if your mama and daddy, who both in the house, can't afford that, and the OG of the blood say, look, man, you fuck around and join our gang, you will be balling out more than your mama and dad in a couple of months. And you seeing little niggas that's whipping Cadillacs with ice on and they down with the gang. And you got to make a choice. Damn, this is capitalism, right? Now, and what choice do most black men make? The shortcut. They say, look, well, shit, I can go and get all these spoils now young, ain't got to even wait long as my mom and daddy just by selling some dope, joining the gang or boom, boom, boom. So what Charlie Kirk don't say when he just blame it on a single mother, black women, is he don't go into the prison industrial complex and the social engineering behind it that creates this black violent criminal that we just explained. He is a result of capitalism, not a result of a black woman. Because guess what? The black woman is telling that nigga, not to do all. He just proved my point right there. That now,
Hey, Sanchez, you shut my ass down. But I wouldn't blame it on hip hop. You know, kids don't want to go to school and get roasted, though. You know what I'm saying?
that's because of hip hop. That's because of hip hop.
You know, but you shut. Hey, look, you got me, bro. I got to give it to you on that. You got me.
Hey, much love for sure.
Hey, bro, I want to tell you this. It gotta be hip hop because hip hop is what advertise all the things you want, and then it advertise the ways you can get it, and it advertise the lifestyle that you want at the same time. So these are the other degrees that's going into a person. Like, so sound, we think about frequency, right? So this is a certain frequency that's going on to these children. See, we looking for physical shit, and we think we calling the shit you can't see pseudo. So this is how these other people are able to control this shit. This the way they winning. You know, we think it's physical. They gonna get us to really act out physically, which is our lowest point. We got so much soul and shit in us, and so much mind and deep thought into us. Why you think the rest of the world want to be like you? Even though, and don't get mad at me for saying niggas ain't got no community. Niggas ain't shit on the scale when it come to everybody else as far as we looking at the way we running with everybody else. If we call it a race, we losing. But we the best loser. Everybody love this loser. Everybody love that this loser is losing.
And making losers look good, right?
Good.
So
hey, look, I digress. I respect my OGs, man. Both of y'all just check me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, bro. Hey, Sanchez, I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Much love, brother. Love you back, man.
Hey, man. Long fan, bro. I'm talking about when you was outside with the trees and shit, breaking down the food and the fruit. I'm talking about way back in the day, man. When you was with what's the light skinned dude? I can't remember his name, man, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yo, Grunt, I can ask you a question.
I'll say this though, man. Salutes to everybody on the call. This Charlie Kirk thing has divided America like a bro. It has really divided this country, man. And my whole thing is let me let my point. Only thing I'm saying here with this whole division in America with Charlie Kirk, man, is that people is starting not to see who is the agents of the vision. For example, right? Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, the fucking far right, the MAGA maniacs, and the liberals are on the defense on this one because they got all of the energy toward Charlie Kirk's death is toward them, and I think is misdirected. But I'll say this right here: people will say to me, and even some of y'all don't even talk about it, because you talking about it, you're being part of the division. I want to debate that right now. I think you not talking about it is being part of the division. I think it's just the opposite. I think once it's a mainstream narrative, just like Flat Earth, right? I think if when Flat Earth was a big topic, I started talking about it. It was on the news and everything. Then nobody say, Sanchez, you covering this news stories, you falling for the psyop. I'm just saying, I talked about it, and guess what? I'm saying people who are not talking about it, who are not researching it, is part of the problem. What I'm saying is this: I'm gonna land. Y'all gotta be patient. I shouldn't have to beg for the mic. Oh, let me mute everybody real quick, man. So check this out, right? The whole thing about this topic. Damn, see? Fucking crazy. But the whole thing about this topic right here, man, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Black men, let me go off topic real quick. Man. Actually, I ain't gonna do y'all like that, but just fall back, man. Relax, right? Let a person finish. And then you're gonna talk. Man. So check this out, right? The only thing I'm saying, if you're not talking about Charlie Kirk right now, you're part of the problem. Because guess what? There are several factors in our reality as Americans, and race relations in this country is one of them. And when it comes up in the algorithm in society, you got to talk about that just like you talked about the Booger Spear, just like you talked about the UAPs, just like you talked about Flat Earth. This is another one of those societal aspects that governs our paradigms. You can't tell me you woke and you only want to talk about aliens, planets, and stars, but you don't want to talk about how humans have been trained to interact with each other in America. You fake as hell. You ain't woke. You ain't woke. In my opinion. Because that's part, how you don't want to get into social engineering, systemic racism, but you just want to limit me to aliens and flat earth. And anything else, you being divisive, Sanchez. That's some Freemasonic shit. That's some real agent shit. What y'all think?
Well, I think I tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, know thyself, man, and meditate. So at the end of the day, you know, if people want to fall for the distractions, that's on them.
Yo, I think anybody who's trying to stop a person from being able to think in these times, when we seeing the plays from the script happening out, whether we recognize them or not, anybody who's speaking against or not speaking for, you gotta say something. Even if you just say something and just let what you say be known, or you just keep talking about it as you go, you cover it. You gotta say something because you gotta be able to inform something to the people. That's what it's supposed to be about. And I think that's when it goes beyond it being for the content and it being for the people, man. So, you know,
it ain't no higher enlightenment than knowing thyself, man.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, of course. We gotta
Everything
know.
is a distraction, man. Just the fact that they have us talking about it is a distraction. You know what I'm saying?
Look, this is what I'm saying. This is why it's not a distraction. Because you gotta interact with what's going on. People getting confused with what's going on with the way shit's supposed to be. What's going on ain't how shit's supposed to be, right? So we know we in a matrix system. This whole system of things, we gotta be able to. That's why only certain people supposed to be talking. That's what the flood of the information come from. Like they try to shut somebody like Sanchez down, who really coming. He like, damn, I gotta speak for this shit, but I gotta speak for my people too, and I gotta speak for everybody at the same time when I'm talking about this. So it's so many people taking different points inside saying, nah, you wrong on this or whatever, when it's a collective thing. It ain't about no individual person, people, or nothing. It's about what's right at
It's
the
all
end of
about
the day.
that's all it's about as individual because we come from the source. We all
But
one.
look, that's how you get conquered when you individual when your mind collect itself to individualize from everybody, you gonna be individual on the outside, not on the inside. You gotta know all is all. So once you know all, that's what make you connected to a community or have a nationality or shit like this. So this is why that way of thinking that you thinking, that's why we don't even have a nationality, bro. That's why we don't even have a community of people together. Because we think
I'm not saying it I'm not saying it from a selfish aspect, not to help people, but
I
it's just
Hold on, bro, a second.
it's
Bro,
just
I
like
gotta
only
get.
certain people tune in to Sanchez. Only certain people gonna tune in. So you can't save everybody.
Hey, bro.
Go ahead.
Let me go. Hey, George, you there?
I'm here.
Man, I saw that when you was over there, man, on Captain Tazari show, bro. Listen, man, that's fucking crazy. I fucks with Tommy, and I even like Relationship Rehab. He's funny as hell. But boy, they know they ain't gonna stray from they far right shit, boy.
Well, but the thing is, and then when you even bring them facts, because see, when I was in the back and they wouldn't let me up, they was talking about the civil rights thing and saying that he wasn't racist with that. So when I came with the facts, because he mentioned, so what I did was I dealt specifically with what Charlie Kirk mentioned. He mentioned disparate impact. And when I came up and broke down what disparate impact was and why those provisions was in the Civil Rights Bill, did you see how they handled that? They just try to
That's
brush it
up.
off. They brushed it off. And I said, well, wait a minute. Let's don't change the subject. Let's deal with what he said. Because again, I wish he was still alive where I could debate it. Because he was debating people that either young kids that don't have enough life experiences or they just don't know. So when he brought up the Civil Rights Bill, he said he thought it was too broad. And he used the language disparate impact. And understanding what disparate impact is, around the time affirmative action before DEI and all those things, these were discriminatory practices that were set in place. The thing is this, some of these so-called conservatives, they know this. They're educated. They know what disparate impact is and why you had to have it there in the first place, because that's why I brought up A. Philip Randolph and the Pullman Porters and how we was forced to create our own black middle class because of discriminatory practices, which led to disparate impact being put in the Civil Rights Bill. So when he used that as a term and people run with that, it lets me know just how ignorant our people is. So my whole thing is, we can know all day about chakras. We can talk all day about going inside the self, meditate, and all those things. And I teach that stuff. I teach that. You teach that, Sanchez.
Yep.
But I know that I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience. So I'm interchanging both worlds because I'm in a physical world, experiencing the physical world as a spiritual being. So I still have to navigate and operate in this physical world. So you got to have knowledge of both. You got to have knowledge of both.
You know what's so deep about what you're saying is, like, the people who say they woke, they will say everybody ain't the same, like how everybody was getting behind Kendrick Lamar because he was saying, hey, not like us. Not like us is a deeper spiritual term to say everybody walking this earth ain't the same kind of being.
Yep.
Now the whole thing is this, we are already familiar with the term mankind. We know that there's a type of human on this earth that doesn't know love. It doesn't know, like, the soul shit, like the shit that makes us make fucking soul music or love song or R&B. I'm telling y'all that the MAGA people, the Trump people, these are the people with the dark frequency, the low vibration of colonialism, of fucking torturing people and all that, man. I'm telling you that. And the fact that
Sanchez, Vance Boulder killed he killed that couple, that what was her name, Melissa Hortman, and her husband up in Minnesota. And then he went and he shot the other woman, but she lived. Damn, what was her name? The Hoffmans, Yvette Hoffman and her husband. He shot her 9 times. She survived. This was a radical right dude, a dude on the radical right. They tried to separate themselves from that. Was Vance Bolter, right? And then Donald Trump got hit. And right after Donald Trump get hit, Charlie Kirk get hit. So this is radical Democrat versus radical right political gangbanging. That's what they've been doing. This stuff. This is political gangbanging. And the thing is, that's why I told the Mr. on the panel, I'm not arguing with no black people about no goddamn racist white person. Charlie Kirk to me don't have no soul. When you can get up there and you can bring up a disparate impact and talk that way he was talking about my people, knowing what we've been through in this country, and then go and say that those 4 black women, I ain't got to mention their names, that they wasn't intelligent enough, they didn't have the intellectual capacity to do their jobs, as if they wasn't smart enough to get into those schools. What was you saying when you said that? How can anybody black hear him say that about those black women if you're black and still be okay with that and make excuses? Then he said when he talked about Harvard and the admissions, they had to dumb down the admissions part in order to let blacks get in. He said this shit. And black people still caping for him, but that shows you how strong the social engineering is, and they conditioned you to believe the lie. And here, the one thing I said to them yesterday too was, when we talk about the fathers in the house, I heard when you guys talking about the fathers in the house,
right?
They like to bring up Chicago a lot, right, and crime.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
I broke this down because a lot of people don't understand, and this shows me just how messed up in the brain we are. You guys watch movies about Al Capone and mobsters and gangsters. Well, everything that they showing in Chicago today, right? From in the 40s and the 30s, the white man was in the house at 90%, right? While the white father and white mother was in the house, the white man was killed. They were selling drugs, Tommy gunning each other down. White
Let's
mobs,
go.
Irish mobs,
Let's go.
Italian mobs. Chicago was averaging 500 and something homicides from the 1920s up to the
Tell him,
50s,
bro.
up until they allocated resources for them to move into suburbs, and then they relocated us there after World War II. We got to know our history, and they had the fathers in the goddamn household. But if they
Come on.
tell you a nigga so much and use their media to demonize you, you start to believe it. And I know that most of our people be talking. I know that a lot of y'all don't love your people, because if you did, you will love your people enough to actually study your history before you start talking. So that way, when you do have conversations with these people, you can smash them, because they bank on you being ignorant. They use these terms, black fatigue, black on black crime, the Jewish mafias, all throughout Chicago, Detroit, New York City, Philadelphia. They was slaughtering each other in these inner concrete jungles way before you got there. So it's not black culture, it's American culture.
Just because someone's the same color as you don't make them your people.
I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit, bro, because this Charlie Kirk thing is really and it's breaking my heart. And it's divine America. Watch this right here, right? This dude here. Now, I don't know if y'all know this. Now, this dude called Night Talk, right? Now, I'm sub to this dude, Night Talk. And now I never disagreed with this dude. I think he got dope content. And he shocked me coming out with his stance defending Charlie Kirk. But I wanted to play some of Charlie Kirk's videos, right? Just to that's just something I wanted to do and debate it. But let me see, and I'm gonna debate him now too, but let me see. Because
the Civil Rights
it's
Act
a lot of people I can't like.
It was a mistake. More cops should be around your neighborhood.
Why do blacks have a broken family? White person were to come up and say, you know, black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time, and it needs to actually have
Why would you?
Because it's true.
When blacks.
Now watch this, right? I want to deal with each one of Charlie's arguments. Now let's talk about Charlie said black America sleeps around too much. The man ain't in the house and all that, right? Okay. Black men don't run the porn industry. Black men don't then was the first one to start Playboy and shit like that. So it's crazy how they talk about the black man sleep around and all that. It's crazy because it happens equally in all races, man. Like, it's just true. It's just it ain't a black man thing. It's just a man thing, bro. Men like women.
Add this in too, bro. When you talk about the feminist movement, right, and the white women complaining about things that happen to them on the job. When you see the blind the image of the blind woman with half the breast hanging out and the stock and the high heels with the garter belt shit, in order for her to get a leg up in the white man society, she had to put her legs up. See, when you look at the picture of her with boobs out, the secretary look, and the boss, man, listen, the white woman is waging war on the white man because of abuse for years and years, but they turn away from that. See, we gotta start calling a spade, bro. In order for her to get a leg up in society, she had to put her legs up. That's why she's so promiscuous.
That's just
and they sell sex.
And it ain't
Man, half of these white women are white men. Come to find out, bro.
So basically,
bro.
Everything y'all saying, y'all debunking yourself. Basically, what you saying?
No, we not.
So the rap music. So y'all said the rap music and all that is the influence, but really it's the white folk that's the influence.
Bro,
Listen, bro.
They packaging
Hold
it for you.
You're not listening.
Hold up, Marlon. Hold up, Marlon. Listen, bro. It can be both. So if it's the rap music, who control the rap music? Not the black man, it's the white man. So we still on point. Like, relax.
Bro Sanchez, I just sat here and showed the brother. We got to learn how to listen to each other, man.
But you gotta, I mean, you can break that down.
Bro, I'm talking. Why are you talking while I'm talking?
Yeah, you got to go one at a time,
bro. You ain't gotta talk to me like that, bro.
No, but let me talk.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, bro.
okay,
Go ahead.
cool,
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
There we go.
Go ahead, bro.
Mute up, bro.
If I just sat here and said about Chicago and everything that's happening in Chicago, they did it first, right? And I'm talking about them with the Tommy guns, them selling the heroin, all them making movies and sensationalizing their gangsterism while villainizing us. I'm showing you where it come from and how they condition you to believe the lie. I said that already.
Okay, but all I did was say that it's not just from the music and from the stuff that we pushing on. That ain't a good response. What I'm saying is that the influence is them, because if you even the black women, they try to wear their hair like the white women. They try to dress.
Bro,
you just validating his point. Yeah, you just proving it right, bro.
Please, can I just say this? You proving his point because what the rappers are rapping about is the white lifestyle that they've been signed into. It's the white man who's signing the rapper. So the white man is saying, "Hey, rapper, I'm gonna let you have money like me." So the rapper saying, "Okay, I'm signing with you. Boom, I'm getting your money. Now I'm stunting on my people. Now I'm inducting my people in to get money like me, only if they do bad shit." This is how the music influence. Bro.
This hip hop start like that. Hip hop did not start like that.
Bro, can I ask this brother a question, Key, real quick? Bro, Charlie Kirk just said black people got an epidemic or a problem with promiscuity, in for lack of better words. I know you agree with him on that. We all do.
That's an asshole statement.
Yeah, okay, so we can move on. Like, I think we making an argument right now when everyone in agreement, because you ain't do nothing but agree with the OG George, man. That's all you did if you listen to what you said. But let's play the next argument from Charlie Kirk, man.
In America did not have the same rights they had today. They were less murderous. There was less break-ins. Black America is worse than it has been
that affected
in the last 80 years. What percentage of young blacks have both a mom and a dad raising them? Of course we.
This the argument that I like, that I would have wanted to. Let's listen to it.
Pander to blacks. They're in every TV commercial.
And they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know.
Well, hold on. I want to go back to that I got the whole debate right to that father. See, but let me just break it down to it, and we can do it like this, because this is the one when niggas say, but what Charlie Kirk saying ain't wrong, man. The black man ain't in the household. And if you look at Chicago, they love to point at Chicago, right? But I think that the fact that when Charlie Kirk got killed in Utah by his own people, it shows that the last words of the man, which he was trying to ignore, which is mass shootings in America, is a public safety concern. Because listen, I don't live in Chicago, but I know that I got a big mouth, and I may want to go out and have an event somewhere and run my mouth about my little particular ideology. Listen, and guess what? It's not typical for a black man to assassinate or snipe me at a political rally. So I'm concerned about the profile of the white male in between 25 to 45. Keep telling you that, and they won't ignore that because they don't want to make the white face the face of violence. That man died trying to maintain the idea that the black man is the biggest villain in America. And look who took him out. And even after his death, white people still want to address white crime and mass shootings. They still rather address you mocking his death versus the white man that caused it. That's
and
what
that white
got
man
me.
had his father in the house.
I got one question. Okay,
and
so
his father was MAGA, right?
I got one question though, because you said it's less likely for a black man to try to assassinate you, which might be true. And that's because we come from different backgrounds and different type of whatever you want to put training in our head. But if you were saying something radical, period, it's still gonna be a brother or whatever you want to call it that's gonna try to fuck you up.
But I'm gonna tell you some real shit right now. Ain't nobody did nothing to Charleston White yet.
They did. They did.
When,
It was a dude that attacked him while he was on stage and swung chairs at him. And all type of
man,
shit.
but guess what? They didn't blow his noodle loose and snipe
That's why I
him
said
and
it comes from
assassinate him.
backgrounds and training. Because white people, they do that type of shit. They go shooting rifles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro,
people in the hood,
this is my problem right here, man. Because this right here is cringe. What's going on? You're trying to act like a black man that may want to fight me or even slap me or spit on me because I said something he don't like is equivalent to a white man that's sniping me on a rooftop, blowing my head off. Hell
I'm not saying
no,
it's
bro.
equivalent. What I'm saying is
No, you shouldn't even think about it. Is it even a
repercussion? That's what I'm saying.
I don't care though. But it shows me that that's how come you can live in, just like I told Sister Betty the other night when she was trying to big up Trump for Chicago because she from Chicago. I said, Sister Betty, you still alive and you was raised around all that gangbanging. But guess what? Charlie Kirk ain't.
Yep.
And he got all these good old white folks around him.
Yep. Yep. That's how they do business. And but the reason why we make these arguments because we've been conditioned in our brains to believe the lie of who we are, as opposed to them. So when we laying this stuff out, you get the antagonists that bring up, but what about what we do? No, listen, we already know what we do. This is the thing. I don't need Charlie Kirk to tell me nothing about single fatherhood in Nebraska. He ain't said nothing that I already know. I don't need Charlie Kirk to tell me nothing about what go on in our community because we've already brought these cases on a Congress floor. We already got bills on the Congress floor. Charlie is using our pain and our story to bolster his career. That's what he was doing. So we got bills on the Congress floor and executive orders in federal law that's supposed to be there to protect us. If we was really intelligent, the way Charlie was speaking is a civil rights violation of us. But again, we don't know how to apply it. Charlie ain't supposed to be talking like that and making the statements that he was making, especially when our skin has been in our sin in this country and we've been fighting against nepotism and discriminatory practices. When he made the statement that those black women wasn't intelligent enough and they was DEI hired, that's a direct civil rights violation. But again, we make statements because we don't know how to solve our own problems and we're not educated on our plight. We come here and we say a lot of stuff that sound good, but when it's time to actually apply it, based off of what this man is doing, we don't seem that smart.
So if he said he's not educated enough, then they wasn't educated enough to fight that back.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's always the truth in bullshit, even in the bullshit.
Brother, I don't understand.
I want to. Hey Sanchez, I gotta go.
All right, man.
I was gonna say I'm gonna jump off, but I didn't want to jump right in. But before I go, if you don't mind, I'm gonna try to give, since I think I'm the only white guy here on the panel, but I just wanted to try to say, man, what Charlie Kirk was doing was narrowing the focus, always trying to pinpoint it's the mother or father's, responsibility to raise their kids. But man, I think it's a repetitive script that everybody's ran. Not saying anybody here or anybody that I can point out directly, but it seems to be with the technology and the TV and the motive of society, modern day society, is to make people forget about the tribal instincts and the tribal benefits of raising, a community raising a child. And it's narrowed down through these speakers, right? Whatever color, whatever, I'm not a political guy, but political hate speech in particular has been, and I'm gonna land here, it has been over the last couple of administrations put into place for these kind of things. When you speak your mind, you get beat down in fucking public. It's bullshit. Fuck Charlie Kirk and his message. He's a pawn, right? And I'm just gonna say, man, let's bring back the tribalism and try to help each other in every cross community. And I'm gonna land with that, bro. Appreciate you.
Okay, so
and
check this. Much love too. And I want to say something, man. If y'all listen to when the news is covering this shooting of Charlie Kirk, guess what they keep saying? We got to do something about political violence. I got a question. When have they ever used the term political violence? That's some new shit. They refuse to say white on white violence. It's so easy for them to say, hey man, it's black on black crime, black on black violence, but they will, and in fact, they got more anger toward black folks for mocking his death, and I'm gonna keep repeating myself, I don't care how redundant it is, than the man that caused it. I can't get over that.
Hey Sanchez, when we take DNA tests, right? We take DNA tests, and I don't really go by, but I'm just using this narrative, right, based off of them. Why do black Americans have at least 15, roughly 15 to 25% European DNA?
Because they used to rape them mothers.
Now watch this. So who was the first absent fathers and created single mothers in this country first? Who started that?
You know what else too, George? You know what else, George? A lot of rich white folks, the white woman don't mind if her husband cheat. She don't even mind if he go the other way, man. It's weird and Hollywood. I'm telling y'all, guess what? And here's my theory right here, y'all. My theory is that white people have been making this argument so long to target black people, and they made it so far with this psyop that they got the National Guard in our community while they getting shot by their own in the head. But watch this, right? My whole thing is this right here. They've been standing on that argument about single mothers, because guess what was true? Black men don't really like to go through the state, to have the state involved in they shit with the fucking marriage on paper and shit. Salutes to the brothers that do that. But a lot of brothers, and this probably gonna be, I know niggas ain't gonna like it, but look, you got a lot of black fathers that's in their children's life, but on paper, the woman is a single mother just so she can keep the benefits, because he's working and they taking his money and the government benefits to get by.
Sanchez, you still got the bomb. Drop a motherfucking bomb for that.
Yeah, they created, but that's why I said, Sanchez, the way he's speaking, and this is why I don't like a lot of our political leaders, because they're cowards. The way that he's speaking, he's violating our civil rights and our image to the world. Because when he, as a white man, when he's talking like that, when we can literally, and some of the reparations bills, the verbiage is how they broke up the family, all the way from slavery to impregnating women, selling the children, moving us around from state to state, where some of the families never even rekindled together. Like, you got cousins in Ohio somewhere, bloodline, and don't even know it because of what they did to us, right? Coming all the way down the timeline into the day. So now we have things on the books that's supposed to protect us. So when he's speaking about the single mother rate, this government and them is directly complicit to the shit. Now, does that absolve us from our behavior, from everything? No, but they don't absolve them either. And they don't give them the right to actually use their media to now demonize us, to give people a certain notion about who we are as a people. When you are in direct conflict with our problem. This is the issue. He won't say that shit about the Jews.
Nah, he won't, bro.
Your brother George.
Man, I'm glad you brought the J words up, because I'm gonna show you some more hypocrisies with what he say about reparations versus how the MAGA party back in Israel. But who was that? Y'all go ahead, and then I'm gonna hit play, bro. We and it's a lot of updates too, man. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. We shouldn't be. Don't you know that a black woman yesterday was really going in on me because I was dissing Candace Owens? And I'm like, bro, people really think Candace Owens is blowing the lid off all this, but she doing everything but bringing up white on white crime and mass shooting her damn self. She making it like it's some big. She trying to, you see what I'm saying, deflect on a narrative that before Charlie Kirk died, he was trying to throw black folks under the bus and a white man shoot him. Nobody want to talk about that, y'all.
Remember when she spoke on the Jews? What happened to her? What happened to her? The minute she said something about them Jews, what they do to her, Sanchez?
Spanked her on her ass.
I mean, they do that with everything.
They
holidays, they water it down.
Yo, I want to piggyback on what Brother George was talking about on that the mafia stuff.
And they invented the drive-by. They was the one that invented the drive-by.
With the Tommy guns, and the Tommy guns was the first like extendos and all that shit.
But look,
Yeah.
Bro Sanchez, you go back further, you go back to the Western movies, Clint Eastwood, bro. You look at all the movies that was popularized, bro.
Yep.
But then you look at Menace Society, that one movie they want to define black
Thank
people.
you.
Oh, like y'all thugs.
Thank
I land
you.
right there.
Thank you. Just remember, when we wasn't killing each other, see, for a lot of young people, right, that may not understand, when we wasn't killing each other and we was fighting just to be human, they was still killing us. While they was killing each other, they was still killing us.
They made it cool to kill each other about territory, because when those Westerners were doing the 10 steps and draw, they was killing each other about territory. So that's like being the baddest man in the land type of thing. That also went to transferred into the Italian mafia stages to where we had Scarface, to where it actually played out until we have black artists on the radio who rapping about this type of thing. And I'm gonna say this because we got artists now who wouldn't even put their album out until they had a gang of people who was doing this stuff in the street. So once they get they deal, they'll be recognized. This how backwards it is. So we got to pay attention to what's actually happening rather than the rhetoric that's being put out, man. And salutes to everything y'all saying.
I got go ahead, George, and then after George, y'all let me share some with y'all.
All right, but I'll be real brief then. But that's why I'm telling y'all, when they talk like this, is racist. Because, like I said, they was the first gangsters. Frankie Yayo and all them, they got their names. We adopted those names. They was the gangsters, not us. We believed the lie. And they used, real quick, Richard Nixon said, let's use the media, let's give the weed to the hippies and the cocaine to the blacks, and we'll use our media to demonize them, right? And then they create the war on drugs. There's a whole system that's in play, man, that they did to the former slaves because there was too many residuals. So they make sure that you're the burden bearers and you're the forever locked in a position of being a consumer, man.
Yeah. I think it's a lesson.
Hollywood got in on that too, even back then with the Al Capones and the Lucianos and the Elliot Ness. You know, they want to play the heroes roles in that too. But yeah, that goes all the way back to the 30s.
Salutes, salutes to the OG, to Marlon, man.
Gangster. Why wouldn't they want people to blend to their way of living?
Hey, salutes to you, Marlon, and salutes to the sister Demi and to the brother Jay Santos. Everybody. For sure.
Peace, sis.
Hey, listen, guys, I think it's a lesson we can learn from Charleston White's situation. Let me share some with y'all, right? Because this the thing that what tripped me out, right? You know how like people like Aiden Ross had Trump on his show. Now, and he's cool with like Trap Law Ross. He's cool with there's a network between the Vlads, and I even would throw Adam 22, and I think there's a secret agenda going on between these white guys in media to promote gang culture, niggas pulling up, looking no jumper. Now watch this, right? But soon as now, they don't mind, because look, Adam 22 even mocked the black gang members' death. Now watch this. Aiden Ross see these gang members mocking each other death. He know Charleston White ghetto as hell, mocking black children's death. Charleston White ain't got no filter. But see, Aiden Ross think it's cute. He capitalized off of it. He want to promote these kind of personalities to black people, right? But soon as that same toxic personality do what it's doing to black people, to white people, Aiden Ross turning on Charleston White now. And I'm going to tell you something right now, bro. If Charleston White really doing all this as some social experiment, he's a fucking genius. Because, goddamn, he sure played the MAGA. Bro, when Charleston White had that red MAGA hat on, and he was pulling up in the racist white town with Pootie and all them, they loved Charleston White. When he was talking all that anti-black shit, And then Charleston White just turned. He went against fucking the white boys. He just started going against the far right. Look, and it's like he ain't doing nothing to them though that he wasn't doing to his own people at first. But they like, man, bro, it just show it's a very fucking big learning lesson, bro. That's crazy. Cause they like, fuck you, Charleston. And it's like, man, listen. They don't, like I said about the trap, the drill music, right? That shit
It
can
don't take
play
but a
all day.
second for them to
But
turn on him, though.
why they don't listen? Why they don't fire that gangster who put the album out dissing the next black dude from his job? Why don't the label say, look, man, listen, black young men, y'all inciting violence among each other. We ain't signing y'all with all that. They capitalize off it, but Charleston White, a prime example. Like the reason I'm saying all this, for the black conservatives, for the black far right to see. Like, these are the red hat MAGA wearing people y'all rocking with. See, and when people say, well, what was Charlie Kirk saying wrong? Here's the thing. Charlie Kirk, just like Aiden Ross, don't mind when the spotlight is on the black race for all the bullshit and we dissing our dead. They will even go and get the ratchet motherfucker like Charleston White and put him on display. He ain't going at the genius. There's a young black boy that's making gas out of plastic. Aiden Ross don't want to interview him. He want Charleston White and all of the ratchet shit. But here's the thing. When you see that there's a fire burning down black people's culture and they got toxic and cancers within, and you say to yourself, look, Charleston White do anything, he'll go against his own people for money. Guess what they don't realize, nigga? When black people start getting enough money to pay for Charleston White on their podcast, he'll switch all that shit around and go against y'all. That nigga don't give a fuck. So
like
that's what happened though. Cause he started going on like all of the black platforms and he stopped wearing that red MAGA hat, didn't he? Now he still
He going up in there. He ain't stupid.
and he still rock with Anton Daniels, who is far right, but you can see the hypocrisy now. And I'll land right here, and I'll yield the flow. Right, the hypocrisy is Trump be letting out all of these trap rappers and drill rappers who are engaged in gang wars and shit, so they can continue to terrorize the streets. Let them right out. But the far right would say, man, the liberals is letting these violent black men right out of jail when both parties doing it. And so what I'm pointing out is when Charlie Kirk say stuff like black violence and black people are the most violent, that's his sentiments. But at the same time, him and his minions love the Charleston Whites. They love the Kodak blacks. That's what we gotta pinpoint too.
Another dudes are just doing it for the fame and the money, though. The Charleston White act, to me, is just an act. It's just like Dave Chappelle.
But learning from, but this is what you gotta learn though, right? You would expect, this what I'm saying. You would expect Aiden Ross, all of the big white platforms that's been fucking with Charleston White. Why don't they invite him on and say, damn, this is some good money? Because let me teach y'all something about YouTube. These white platforms can get Charleston White on to diss Charlie Kirk and to speak his mind. YouTube ain't gonna take your video down. That's your freedom of speech. But watch this though. You know how many views Aiden Ross can get from Charleston White doing exactly what he been doing on all you folks' platforms, clowning up dead. He even been dissing black children that's dying. And they allow him to do it. But see, my thing is, it let you know these white folks don't care nothing about no damn money when it comes to this the race shit. That's what I'm saying about they don't even want to capitalize off the spectacle of people mocking Charlie Kirk death. But remember, this the same guy that go up there and mock the death of kids, long as they black, mock the death of these young rappers and shit. And that's all I'm saying. Like, that's what hit me when all of this shit happened. I
Because
was
it's all
like,
about
damn.
power and control. I'm white and I say so. We tell you how to think. We tell you how to protest. We tell you what to do. We tell you how to feel. We shame you into feeling and we punish you. And and
Tell you
and
what you can feel. They go all the way with that.
yeah, they go all the way. And see, like me, right? I'll give you an example. That girl that got kicked out of college, right? If I
Yeah.
was her father, right, I would be mad at her for one reason. She had every right to be upset, right? Because I understand what they're doing. But as my daughter, I will teach her that we under enemy lines, and you got to be careful with what you do.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't do
true.
what they do,
That's
right?
right.
And they
That
use
is
that.
true though.
You can't do
Because
what they do.
Yeah. Do as
And,
I say, not as I do.
yeah,
Yeah, they do that.
and she could have got herself hurt real bad dealing with them people. Them cops could have slammed her on the ground on her face. They could have did all kinds of wild shit. They would have justified it by being an angry black woman out there acting out of control. So what I'm saying is, it's not right what they do. But the thing is, you got to listen. If she'd have stayed on the other side of the street talking shit like they do us, it'd have been cool. But don't go up there, man, antagonizing them people, man. Especially in today's time with the president we got that's creating the atmosphere for this type of shit where you got all these
that's true.
toxic,
That's true.
masculine, these toxic so-called what's the word I'm looking for? White men coming out of the woodworks, back out of the rocks, from under the rocks, and they're bringing back the 40s
Yeah.
in
Mm-hmm.
America.
You know what,
For real.
George?
They
When you
want
was
Jim
on
Crow.
when you was on that show, one of the arguments that came up was like they was clowning black people, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we was actually going to the vigils to mock him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was really zooming in on that. But what I was putting in the chat was like, why are we more focused on black people for going to Charlie's vigil to mock his death versus the white boy that went to his rally to cause his death?
Oh, because remember, they're not they're not going to do that because they're not allowed to challenge white supremacy because they all benefit from it. So even though white supremacy may took out somebody that they love, they know that they still benefit from white supremacy. So the low hanging fruit is the black people. So we'll go change the narrative and take it off of him and mess with you niggas. Because we can't challenge the very system that gives us power. And that's just the way it is. So all the elite whites are telling them, stand down, shut up. We had to handle something. Don't worry about it. Charlie was our business. We know you loved him, but
I got a little bit of smoke for the
go ahead.
Before
not for
before
you, but
You gotta let him
for
go
the
and get it in. Go ahead.
yeah, let me get it out. I got a little bit of smoke for the quickly accepting the motive of this killer. Okay, the motive, and then redirect to a black and white thing. They was having an argument about black and white, and he been going around doing black and white argument. Then all of a sudden, a gay dude kill him, and we believe that's all part of the same argument. And now he's the killer. The family gets paid. There's something missing there for me. I mean, the motive is not, it seemed like they already had what they was gonna do after planned. They're gonna go after us. They're gonna say it's all because of us. Look at how great this man was standing up for white power against us. But he didn't get killed by one of us. And we
Well,
ain't focusing on where that came from and how this dude and why this dude would be the one in a state where we ain't really on the population in any great number. Unless we at one of them schools with a scholarship, we ain't in Utah.
on my channel, I'm talking about it. I don't believe he did it at all.
Okay, you with me then? Okay,
Yeah, no, I'm with
hey,
you.
as long
But
as
that's
I
what
ain't
I'm
alone on that
but
one,
that's
because
what
I
I'm
just been
alluding to without saying it when I'm saying white
yeah.
supremacy. When white
Okay,
supremacy is telling white people, yo, don't come over here with none of that foolishness. Go over there and mess with them niggas. Don't come over here. This is lodge business. You know what I mean when I say lodge
mm-hmm,
business, right?
mm-hmm,
Yeah, this
exactly.
is lodge business. Keep your, you ain't got nothing to do with this. The lodge brings us, we give you guys power. So all of them is part of a lodge, bro. And he got in bed. He got in bed with some powerful people, man. And he was going up to the Hamptons, going up to those parties, sitting, meeting with those powerful people to do certain bidding, man. Things went awry, and you know, them lodge meetings, he got to go. And Candace Owens better be careful because she thinks she can talk this way because her husband belonged to a lodge. But if they tell her husband she gotta go, she gotta go.
And I want to say one thing, y'all. two to three black men were hung in Mississippi in 2025, and they said, well, one of the black dudes that was hung, they said it was suicide, right? But the man had broken ribs, y'all. Let that sink in. So I think the conversation need to come up eventually, which I brought it up before. Do we think the hanging in Mississippi in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death is like on some?
This is after?
Yes. This is right.
See, that's
So
right
I'm
in the
trying to say,
wheelhouse,
can we link this shit together? Is it a reach or not?
Might be able to. Well, you know what I will say, Sanchez, because I know other guys might want to respond to this too. I'll be 10 seconds. I'll just say this: there's been hangings going on down there in Mississippi and Alabama for a while now, but this happened right after the Charlie Kirk, so it could came from everywhere. I'll land there because I know other people want to talk.
And I just want to
You remember, George, when we couldn't even get a law passed just recently? I want to say in the 2018.
Yes.
Yeah, we couldn't even get that.
Yes. Roosevelt wouldn't sign one because he didn't want to lose half of the union.
Yeah. Hey, and I just want to say this, man. You know, it seemed like it's been a lot going on. The tension's been high. And what these people really want to do, bro, is they want to further establish. It seemed like for a long time they had so-called African Americans believing that they was from Africa. And as soon as, you know, people start talking about they from this land and all that, like that was even one of the sayings back in the day. So I kind of feel like it's just a further establishment of power, even when it comes to the knee on the neck type thing. They want you to take a knee too type of thing. So they trying to negate the conversation to where we can't come to no logical sense about it. If you think about it, because you're not able to speak about it, period. Right? If you're gonna make logical sense about it. If you're just gonna go with the narrative that they got, then that means that they will allow you to speak. Everything's fine. But if you're gonna try to make sense out of the situation, then you're deemed a criminal for trying to even make sense out of the situation. This is what we gotta know, that it's up with us anyway.
Yep.
No matter what we do.
Hey, Sanchez, remember this, Sanchez? And you've been online a long time, just like me. Sanchez, let me ask you a question. Let's go back 7 years ago. 7 years ago, how many black coons did you really see online running interference or talking like these black conservatives? Where was they, Sanchez?
They were nowhere to be found, man.
No.
Right.
Bro,
So,
back in the day, the conscious community had
I'm gonna be honest. The black conservative whole red hat MAGA shit is literally. I've been saying it for years, bro. There's some new shit that just came recently.
What they did was they saw the pro black, and I know this because coming up. I'm gonna tell you the one thing that I did like about sitting at the TV. Right, I'm gonna tell you one thing I did like. It started to be a movement that went on outside, that came online, and people start having, instead of us having arguments about bitches and hoes, we start having arguments about history and debates about history. The feds and the government seen that, and people's channels started to blossom everywhere. I'm doing channels going in on white supremacy. You got all these young people going in on white supremacy, going hard, right? We debating, we arguing, but we not arguing about dope boys and guns. We arguing about history. Sanchez debating flat earth. Like, you got all these black men on here debating nerd shit. And the white man is saying, wait a minute, these niggas are supposed to be talking about hoes and killing each other. They talking about science and Dr. John Henry Clark, and wait a minute. We got the stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
told everybody 2 years ago, yo, they ready to run interference, man. What they did was two things happened. At first, the athletes and entertainers used to make fun of us being YouTubers. They started leaving those corporate jobs and they came into social media, and the corporations start giving them big money to overlap us, right? Because they can control them.
Mm.
And then they start paying controlled opposition, meaning your black conservatives, your feminists, the feminist movement, and that's where your gender war started. Because when I was on Sinetta back then, when Sanchez was debating Flat Earth, it wasn't no gender war shit. All this
Man,
stuff started in the last 4 years.
it's new shit.
That's facts, bro.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what brought it in, right?
Goodbye.
I'm gonna tell y'all what brought it in, right? Yeah, I peep. Here's my theory. Like, it's only gonna take me 2 minutes, and y'all can critique it. It's called the political ping pong theory. Let me break this shit down real quick. It's this, right? That black folks were Democrats for like the past, let's say, decade, right? And
Man.
it take you about that long to realize a party full of shit if they good, if at they talking, right? So that's about normal. But check this out. So we reached the end of the Democrat line. Instead of black folks saying, fuck this American system and politics all together because it's a scam, it ain't built for us to win. We need to focus our energy toward going within, uniting, and just getting leverage because it's rigged. The way that the capitalism shit is made, if you ain't got no leverage on the people in power, man, y'all in trouble. But check this out. What's crazy is, like, instead of us taking that route, how the left and the right run a monopoly on black people because they both working together. Soon as the Democrats let you down, the right comes saying everything you want to hear, and they say it with fury, with Trump voice, with the fucking energy we need. And remember now, black folks always had this sort of connection to Donald Trump and the Trump family. Don't y'all know that Trump name is one of the most mentioned names in hip hop? And that's facts.
Man was on Soul Train, for crying out loud.
You see what I'm saying? So it's
He was
definitely,
on Soul Train.
Trump is definitely a Hollywood psyop that they running on a political level in America, which why I think we can really go into the book of Revelation and Antichrist shit with this tech bro takeover with, because look, bro, we really need to be doing this in these times that we in, like what we doing now, bro. That's why I ain't live for, I'm up this late for a reason, man. I see what's going on, man, because look, I'm telling y'all now, the small hat said in the 1900s they got to breed racial tension in America to take over the government. And look what's happening right now.
Hey, bro.
So, yeah, I'm gonna fall back. Yeah, no, I gotta share the mic. You right.
So sorry, I just wanted to say this. You so on point because they got an Illuminati card game. They got the racial war in it, bro. The scriptures even say the new heaven and the new earth. Like, black people so brainwashed, they saying Jesus Christ is my savior. I'm finna die and go to heaven. When now you gonna die, you gonna be alive on these streets of gold in the new technological age. Like, this what the beast is type of shit. We trying to make this shit different than what it really is. And when we take into the narrative, and we got these agents who out pushing the narrative, who steady telling people to try to find them a place at the table when the table was never made for you anyway. That's what Martin Luther King looked for. Now you
Bro,
had the person.
guess who telling us to participate and find a seat at the table? Yeah. The black boule, the black talent, the 10% bourgeoisie. And I'm gonna say something right now. George, I don't know exactly where you stand on Thomas Sowell, but a lot of black folks love Thomas Sowell, right? But I really think that he say something. Why the fuck would Charlie Kirk be referencing Thomas Sowell and black folks, and he got a big black following, but y'all hate Charlie Kirk so much, right? See what I'm saying? So
Charlie Kirk got a whole following, or
no, what I'm saying is the black leader, Thomas Sowell. See, sometimes I be challenging some of these black leaders, and people will think, you know, I'm cooning. But if you really listen to them, they be saying the same shit that the white supremacists saying. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but Bro
Yeah,
Sanchez,
that is us.
Thomas Sowell is always they go to. If you look at any white conservative, that's the only black person they ever of have any like to like throw in your face or like, oh well, Thomas Sowell said, and Thomas Sowell that's their go to. That's what you call
Man,
a
listen,
token.
that was
That's
Charlie
the
Kirk's. Guess what Charlie Kirk
that
said? He said all black people should be honoring Thomas Sowell over
Yep.
MLK and Malcolm.
but
He said
all of them.
he
But
said
Charlie
Thomas
Kirk
Sowell and a
is
Supreme Court justice do.
but
Cool.
Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
But you got to realize Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, or Bill O'Reilly, all these people say the same thing. Charlie Kirk is not nothing is original about him. Pat Buchanan. I was going to reference George Wallace. If you
Yes.
from Alabama,
Yes.
you know
Yes.
George
Yes.
Wallace the same. This ain't they try to make this Martin Luther King. His assassination is similar to George Wallace. George Wallace tried to run for president and got shot in Maryland by a white man.
Of
Now
course.
George Wallace was a like if you talking about like proof like racial rhetoric,
Oh, he
you
was
know,
talking cool.
he was talking about niggas was coons and alligators and
Mm-hmm.
segregation for now and forever. You know, he was just a pure like he was with it. You know what I'm saying? With this and you know, he ran as a Democrat.
Well,
So
you know
like
what? You know why
so
people can get away with. You know why them white folks can say that about Thomas Sowell and Clarence Thomas? Because black people, a lot of black people don't know how to come back at them. Right when they make those statements, we make emotional, irrational comments back to them.
That's
My
true.
comeback is just, oh, okay, well, fair enough. It's funny how you mentioned these guys, but well, my guys, I would look at as Dr. Nellie Fuller Jr. and Dr. Amos Wilson. I don't need those sellouts, right? Because I can counteract that with Dr. Amos Wilson and the blueprint of black economics, right? We know, see, those of us that actually know our story, know who our people are, they can get away with that when they talking until we come in the room. That's why I brought up, they brought these people here to suppress people like us that was talking. That this is done on purpose. This was deliberately done because when we on here talking about Dr. Amos Wilson and all the compensatory code. Damn, I just said his name. He just passed away too. Damn, shit, I just said his name. I just caught a brain cramp. Francis Cress Wilson teacher. Damn, I just lose his name.
You just
But
said it there. Yeah.
it, damn, I just lost his name. It'll come back to
talking
me in a
about
minute. He wrote the compensatory code. He was the one that broke down. He was the one that said, if you don't know white supremacy and how it operates, what you Neil, Dr.
Wilson.
Nellie Fuller Jr. He
Yeah,
was the one that said,
Yeah.
if you don't know white supremacy and how it works, whatever you think you know will only confuse you. He
Yes,
was the
that's
one
true.
that broke it down from an intellectual, psychological level, the 9 elements of white supremacy. He broke it down, and black people, black leaders wrote him out of history because what he created basically broke down the whole system of white supremacy.
But George,
I'm gonna tell
George,
y'all what
Thomas
opened
Sowell
my
was an economist. What does he know about like? So you feel me? That's like that. That should throw people off out of place.
yeah,
He's
you
an
right.
economist. Like,
Yeah.
why is he talking about? You know that even you should be crunching numbers, bro. And that don't
Uh-huh.
even make any sense. You know they give these people these platforms because they parrot what the white man want to say,
Did y'all
want to hear.
see? Did y'all see the video of the MAGA crowd lynching that man for
Yep.
saying F Charlie? Now
Yep.
I wanna say one thing about that, and I'm gonna yield the flow because y'all coming with a lot of good stuff for the people, man, and y'all make sure y'all hit the like and share button in the video. We almost at 1K, man. But check this out, right? What that video gave me a wake up call being from Alabama because I was like, damn, this dude is out there. He didn't touch nobody. These are the people that's saying freedom of speech. Charlie Kirk Before I saw that video, I was saying, okay, the MAGA people are on some racist type dialogue shit, and I know that they'll lynch a nigga. But dude, I didn't think that it was gonna come. See, this is a new turning point. Think about this. Charlie Kirk name was Turning Point. He had his shit called Turning Point.
Yep.
If you look at it, it's symbolic because they using his death to bring back the Jim Crow energy. Because when they lynched that man in the street, I just knew that the police was finna start locking up people in the crowd for assault. And the police started helping them attack the man like he was the problem, and he got locked up. I said, then when I saw that, I said, you know, Trump in office, he backed the blue. It's finna get crazy, man. This is some, when they said make America great again, we finna go back to some old slavery type shit, nigga. I'm telling
Hey,
you,
let me say
bro.
this, Bro Sanchez. And nobody ever brings this up. Why would a white guy who was raised by an architect and a mercantile trader, grew up wealthy, worry about the black community and gang violence? Like he like you lived a wealthy life. You probably even seen, you know, rarely black people. You know, you not even being, you know we're near hood.
Yeah.
Why would that be such a a point of his message? You know, you talking about somebody's like in the lap of luxury. He didn't even, you know what I'm saying?
You know what
He
I'm
cried
gonna be
about not
doing,
going to
bro?
West Point and made up a lie about minority got his where he was supposed to
tell you,
get.
I'm gonna tell you
You
something,
know, and
bro.
none of it's verified. All of it, everybody says it's all a lie.
This,
So, but
well,
why would a rich, you know,
yeah, my bad.
well-to-do white man worry about what's going on in the black community? I've
I'm gonna tell
always
you why.
nobody.
I'm gonna tell you why, right? Think about this. Candace, and I know I'm bringing her up for one reason. I'm finna go back to him too, right? Here go my theory that all of the black conservatives, the Candace Owens, the Thomas Sowell, the Duke, all of these people, right? Remember, there's a plan where they said that when they initiate the plan, the NWO plan, the World Economic Forum, and all them, that they got to have the black leaders and sellouts and entertainers all in on it too. But watch this, right? Don't y'all see that? Goddamn it, that like everybody that's on the right that's black is selling y'all the same shit that Charlie Kirk was selling us, but black people taking it from them. So here's my theory, and I'm gonna fall back. We've been infiltrated on a psychological level by the fucking by the MAGA is a whole white supremacist psychological operation on black people to recruit the best of your group, the most elite, the most wealthy of your group, to see their stances. And guess why it's gonna work? Because black people with money is still looking down at niggas who from the same hoods they come from, and they start to develop these same right sentiments like y'all niggas just lazy. Think of how the rappers talk, get on my level. Man, fuck y'all. That's almost like white supremacy. So listen what I'm saying. It's a big motherfucking agenda to annihilate us economically, physically, biologically, and all that shit on the Trump administration in the end of days.
Well, remember this, Sanchez. I'm gonna say this because I gotta go, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Two things. The first thing because I'm gonna segue right into what you was just talking about. When you deal with Dr. Nelly Fuller Jr., what he broke down was the non-activities of white supremacy and what they seek to control: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, and counter war. All non-activities. They control every aspect of it in every way. So wherever you turn, they're right there, right? Now, Sanchez, remember I told you on the phone about the 2030 agenda and the white male patriarchal society that they ushered back in because on stage left is Donald Trump and the patriarchal white men. They're set in place when you look at the 2030 agenda and the World Economic Forum for 2030, 2035 is to have an all-inclusive society. and to have fair and equal treatment between women and men, a balanced society. So in Italy, you have a female prime minister. In Mexico, you have a woman president right now. In Namibia, you have a woman president. In Suriname, you have a woman president. In Peru, you have a woman president. All this stuff is happening right under everybody's face because nobody's talking about the 2030 agenda and what's happening now. You see this feminism, you see the gender wars, you see the way that they swear and everything. They're creating this atmosphere to create this toxic so-called masculinity amongst white men to actually usher in a woman president. So all this stuff is happening. I've been warning everybody this for 6 years and looking at the things that's playing around the world because it's a global agenda. It's not. That's why I tell people don't believe nothing I say. Just look up the UN 2030 agenda for sustainable development and for women's rights, and look at what's happening globally right now, and then look at the distractions that's happening right here on the ground amongst us. So all I'm saying is, this is their last ditch effort to keep white male patriarchal dominant society in place, and they're fighting like tooth and nail to maintain it, but they're not going to be able to because we're going into a paradigm shift coming with the new technology, and we're going into a whole new world and a whole new way of thinking. Right, in an all-inclusive society, there's a lot of things in the all-inclusive society that wasn't allowed in a white male patriarchal society. So, and that's where we're going to. So we just got to really pay attention to what's going on. But I'm gonna jump off. Sanchez, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, bro.
Okay, for sure. Peace and love, man. Appreciate your time. To everybody on the call, I want to say something. The reason I brought up Candace Owens is because she is another black woman that invests her time more on black crime than white mass shootings. And when the brother was talking about, like, why is this white dude so invested in black people's topics? Why is this black woman named Candace Owens, who don't live in the hood, she married to a Jewish man, so scared of black crime? Listen to this.
So police brutality is obviously an issue, and I'm not saying it's based on race. I'm not saying it's based on class. I'm just saying it's an issue. 1,000 people die from the police every year.
This video gonna show y'all why Candace Owens loved Charlie Kirk.
So how do you think that can be lessened? And do you think that as an individual, living in the country, you have the right or obligation to resist any kind of officer or person that works with the law that tries to trample your rights, whether peacefully or in aggression?
So first and foremost, I reject the premise. I don't believe that police brutality is an issue. I think that people are believing it's an issue because the media focuses on it. This is something that I speak about obviously all the time because they particularly use it to try to persuade black Americans into believing.
Look at Candace Owens. She's like a fucking puppet. And Charlie Kirk is like the puppet master with the strings tied to the black whore. I told y'all about Candace Owens, and all of you black women, you try to debate me about her, but I'm going to show y'all why it's hypocritical. Because y'all mocking Charlie Kirk's death, but y'all defending Candace Owens when she was his fucking little minion, his fucking little puppet saying the same shit he was saying. Listen to this bull crap.
Believing that we're somehow targeted by police officers, which couldn't be further from the truth. I'm much more concerned about black on black crime, 90.
Let me take this shit back. Y'all didn't hear that because y'all mocking Charlie Kirk's death, right? Because of him saying that, but we forget Candace Owens saying, now she growing a big following, acting like she got all the puzzle pieces to this shit. It's when Candace Owens just distracting people because she don't want to talk about white on white crime the way that she spoke about black on black crime. So now let's go into conspiracy theory mode. And that's what people want us to do. Why they target black folks and niggas getting hung in Mississippi. Shout out to you, James Phillips. What's good, brother?
It's based on class.
You can interject whenever you want to. That's to the whole panel, though. Salute to you.
It's an issue. 1,000 people die from the police every year.
I want y'all to peep Candace Owens, man.
Think that can be lessened? And do you think that as an individual, living in the country, you have the right or obligation to resist any kind of officer or person that works with the law that tries to trample your rights, whether peacefully or in aggression?
because everybody on the panel know that there's a problem in America with police officers not knowing the fucking law. There are fucking millions of channels on YouTube that do audits, and they go out there and test the police on if they know their rights, and these people always getting lawsuits and shit. Because under the government don't want the police to know the law, because the police ain't there to protect and serve the people. It's there to be tyrants for the corporate dictatorship that they bringing in. And it don't matter if the police don't know the law, because they got immunity. So they can kill you, do all, oops, I shot him by mistake, whoop de doo, what are we having for lunch tomorrow type shit. And she don't think this a problem. The number one victims of these police type shootings are black people. These are the same white mass shooters that killed Charlie Kirk. They just got a badge on. So when they kick the can and it land in their damn yard, and we go to mocking them because the same profile white man that shot Sonya Massey shot Charlie Kirk. And we ain't just mocking Charlie Kirk, we mocking y'all for keep on being focused on black people while you still got a police brutality epidemic and a white mass shooting epidemic in America. Now, all of you black women that love Candace Owens, I want you to listen at this right here.
So first and foremost, I reject the premise. I don't believe that police brutality is an issue. I think that people are believing it's an issue because the media focuses on it. This is something that I speak about obviously all the time, because they particularly use it to try to persuade black Americans into believing that we're somehow targeted by police officers, which couldn't be further from the truth. I'm much more concerned about black on black crime,
Are y'all hearing this? Let's play the video.
They song Sanchez when it's like an alcoholic won't admit he an alcoholic. White on white crime don't exist to them. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a mental thing. It's just some guys are mentally unstable, but yeah, that's just denial. You know what I mean? Like, you got a problem. You doing them drugs, but we seeing you're going the wrong way, and it's like that. For her to sit there and say that with all the whole country was in an uproar, and all over the world they were saying I can't breathe, but we don't have a problem, that we don't need to make an adjustment. We needed to make an adjustment. It was bad. It was, everybody could see it now with all the cell phones, just like they could see what's going on across the world with all the cell phones having a camera in them and people recording and sending it right to either TikTok or YouTube, whatever social media they can put it on.
See, my thing be
the thing that, I'm just saying, like what you brought up, they do not address. They don't want to address white on white crime.
Let me give a shout out to Von Hall for supporting the show, and to you too, Marlon. Appreciate you for supporting the show. What I wanted to point out about this woman is that she lived far up in the hills, so far away from the hood with that Jewish man. But her main concern is black on black crime, even though you got black people in the hood whose main concern isn't black on black crime.
Hey, Bro Sanchez.
Let's talk about black on black crime.
Why? Why can't we talk about white on white crime?
Wait.
Propaganda. Let him talk.
Okay, let's let him go. We gotta let him go. We gotta let James go. We gotta let James go.
Yeah. All right. So, shout out to the panel. Shout out to you, Bro Sanchez.
Shout out to you, bro.
But for sure. But black on black crime only exists because we segregated in the motherfucker in the inner cities. So yeah, it's a black on black crime because it's all black people in the same place, and it's all white people in the same place, Indians and so on and so forth. So much that we got Chinatown, where it's segregated and all Chinese people living in one neighborhood. So yeah, it's actually human on human crime, but the segregation is so real, and we only make up 13% of the population. So I'll let y'all take.
Okay, well let me chime in on that. 'Cause when you say Chinatown, that's not like where they got the same problems. Chinatown is a community and that exchanges and 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 it operates like a city. They got
Yeah,
restaurants.
yeah, no,
They got
yeah, no, yeah, no. I ain't
oh,
trying to
wait,
throw no
let me
shade on
finish. Let
Chuck.
me land my plane. No, let me
My
land my
bad.
plane.
My bad.
Chinatown is a town first. No, you go there, you see all their businesses in a row. When you go to the ghetto, you see a liquor store, and we don't own it. You see a grocery store, and we don't own it. George Jefferson don't got a laundromat in every ghetto. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference between our situation in that town. It's
It ain't no
impoverished.
doubt. Yeah, agreed,
You see what I'm
agreed.
saying?
No
It's
doubt.
different. So it's so where she says she don't see that problem because she don't live there.
For sure.
Like Sanchez says, she live in a different world.
Now we do have a
So
cultural
so
issue
if
right
she could
now.
hear the gunshots like I did coming up, if she could hear the gunshots outside her window from a couple blocks away, okay, she would believe there was a problem with black on black crime. You see what I'm saying? Because that's like in the 80s and 90s, you know, in the early 80s, or no, late 80s, early 90s. It was every night.
We got a cultural problem right now. I mean, we don't. I mean, our music is messed up. We don't have like oldies, IC brothers in our music, anything
But
like
that's
that.
we don't got that in the schools no more either. We don't got band in the schools no more. We don't got bands period no more. You know, learning to the arts in school, that's something they take out. These are things they systematically take out, things that give you that where you might grow up to be the next Michael Jackson.
Bro, the
Okay?
reason,
We can't afford that no more all of a sudden. But we got money for war. We
bro,
got money for Israel. It's about priorities and where they place it socially. I mean, it ain't the race, it's where you put the race and the conditions you leave it in. That's the problem right there. It's not the race, it's the conditions that surround that race. So when what she's talking about, well, she married well, and she's not even in that environment no more. So I don't even think she should be speaking on
She was
it.
never in that environment. That's what I
Right.
don't get that.
Yeah.
Everybody wouldn't see this is
Well,
the thing about I don't
but
like
that's my point though. That's my point though that I'm
everybody
making.
black ain't from the hood though. That's like my biggest
I
point.
mean, you think
Everybody black
you
ain't
think
from
I
the hood.
didn't? You think I
Everybody
didn't come
black
from
ain't
there?
from the hood, and everybody
I
black
know I ain't saying that at
they
all.
grow
I'm
up
saying
in those.
she ain't.
I'm just saying though, bro. Ain't nobody. Everybody didn't grow up listening to gunshots. I didn't. I'm from
Oh,
the
okay.
country. I didn't grow up listening to gunshots. Not in no 80s, no 90s, none of that.
But
I wasn't even around that. See,
but I
this is
grew
like
up
we got to
around
get a
what you're
separation.
talking about, though.
I'm
I
just
grew up
saying
around.
that's
But
not the
you
majority of
speaking
us.
from, but speak
That's not
for
the
where you
majority.
came from. Don't speak on what you know. I wouldn't speak
That's
on
what I'm
what.
talking about.
Wait,
Where
but I
you
wouldn't
come
speak
from,
on.
but you gotta listen to me. Where you come from, they making that the majority. That's not the majority, man.
It's not the majority. I didn't. I
Then
never
that's what
said.
I'm saying. So when you
But
push
you
this
in that
message out,
community, yeah.
no,
But when
but
you
bro,
in
you
that,
gotta listen to the message.
oh, you-
The message. They pushing this message out of a
I get
minority of
that.
people and making it
Yeah,
all of us. That ain't reality.
it's
You know what I'm saying? They
generalized.
talking about
I get
gang
what you're.
violence.
Yeah, they
It's
generalizing, but there are
that's dangerous.
people
That's
who are living in a. You
stereotyping.
never let me finish my point though. There
You
are
just
those among us who are living better, living in a little bit different communities, but we operate as individuals. We don't have no black towns.
bro, we
You see what
used to
I'm saying?
get but check this out.
We
Didn't we
used
used to
to,
have
they
black
were
towns?
destroyed. Well, I'm trying to get there, but you keep wanting to
How you
interject.
getting there, bro? We had
But
black
I'm
towns.
not
They
getting
got
there
burnt
because you
down.
interrupting.
bro,
Rosewood.
let him talk,
Exactly.
bro. Stop cutting him off, bro.
Go on, let him land here.
I'm telling you, she didn't come from that environment. And when we had that kind of condition, when we had Black Wall Street, it was destroyed. But we was always here. We had cities and towns always here. Okay, some of them is underwater where they built dams to flood out the whole area. Them buildings are still down there under them lakes they made over. So I mean,
Yeah.
and there was never no reparations, So
Let me say one
what I'm
thing.
saying is that's a condition that is part of having a project. that doesn't have
Yeah.
no platform for them to run their own businesses in that area and grow from. You know,
I
they
just
when
want
they
to
are
point
like
out
stuck
some.
there
I got to
pretty
point this.
much, and so they look
Oh
for
shit,
the
my mic
same
muted.
ways that Luciano and Al Capone got out of the ghetto. You
Let
know,
me
running
point
that
this out.
moonshine.
Yo, my mic was muted the whole time, but yeah, let me point this out, right? Candace Owens has to be. Y'all don't see why I keep bringing her up, because listen, at this
I do.
time right here, this is my theory right here. I believe if Charlie Kirk is a stage psyop, let's say they staged his death like the Apollo astronauts. Let's say he's a different identity or somewhere living out. Let's say it. Let's go pseudo. Let's go tinfoil hat. Right. What if the whole plan is to chocolate coat Charlie Kirk's message into a black face, and now after Charlie Kirk die, Candace Owens and Thomas Sowell is about to rise up strong, because he was really, those were two black faces that he really, kind of spoke highly of. They was, but his references, his gateway to black people. But that's all I was saying. Like
Right, but does he have any experiences himself, as in one of these hoods, in one of these underprivileged areas? You know, where he's saying that because that's where the crime is. He's talking about. Have you ever lived among them?
And the only thing I'm saying is this: when the far right look for Negroes to recruit, they're looking for Negroes that haven't lived among us. They can't relate, and they have no emotional attachment to what we had to overcome in those environments that was socially engineered for our downfall, yet we still rose out of it. But I'll say this as well, right? When it comes to people like that do come from the hood, but they still say, hey, black people are just lazy. They just don't. I made it out. They didn't make it out because they didn't go hard enough. They're more valuable, actually, to the far right than a Candace Owens. But see, what make Candace Owens so valuable is, and here go the shallow part, all these niggas, what do they say? But she fine as hell. See what I'm
I
saying?
mean, well, they ain't lying though.
Listen though.
No.
I'm just kidding, man. Hey, take it easy, man. Go hold your
Listen. I'm gonna tell
Keep
you
going,
some
bro.
real shit.
Keep going, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Candace Owens, she ain't ugly. She's an attractive woman, but guess what? She ain't that attractive to where the shit she spewing. My eyes are so buck big that I don't hear the white supremacy in what the hell she's saying. Now, the looks do throw these niggas off though.
Yeah.
And the women too.
And Bro Sanchez, Charlie Kirk said black women didn't have the brain processing power to pass a college course exam. So I'm trying to figure out, they was friends. They was friends now.
Yeah.
Now, how many other black women do you think Charlie Kirk was around in his life?
It's crazy.
Outside of Candace Owens.
But you know what? When he said that about black women, and here go the thing about chicks like Candace Owens, chicks like and chicks like Marlon, from Fresh and Fit, right? Them kind of chicks too. These two kind of chicks, they don't identify as black. Chicks like Brandon Tatum, they say those black people. So in their mind, when they look in the mirror, they don't see they black skin. They bleep they shit out. They got a little Elon chip that just edits their avatar in their own eyes.
You owe what?
And they see they self as fucking
You owe what?
And you know that, Bro Sanchez? Candace Owens said she was mixed race. She said she was mixed race.
That's
I said,
right.
mixed with what? Black and black? You mixed race where? Where you
That's
mixed
what
race?
I'm saying. That's why she can pop that shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She mixed race.
You could say you mixed, but not to a white person that's racist. You're not. You
So
black.
real talk,
You know.
like you reach a certain point up with the groypers, with the far right, that if you're a good nigga, you can reach a point up with their community where they no longer see your blackness no more. They see you as white, and that is the ultimate position for these far right niggas. I'm telling you, because when Charlie Kirk spoke bad about black women, guess what? He do that around Candace Owens. And guess what Candace Owens say? Yeah, those black women are fucking ratchet and ghetto, as if she ain't one of them. She say those black women. See, it's a psychology that they got when we ain't around. And you may wonder, well, how can he speak like that about black women around Candace Owens? Or how can he speak like that about black men around those black far right men right there? Because they don't identify with black men. They be like, yeah, man, those fucking black folks are crazy and they black as hell.
And they identify them when they police pop them, and they be sweating bullets, and they treat them like they're a regular ass nigga. They start identifying then, just like
Let's play the video. Let's play the video.
And when the Jews got hold of Candace, then she tried to run over to the black people. When they banned her, well, she tried to be black then.
She always go back and forth and play both sides like a mulatto.
90% of homicides being committed by black men, or 60 to 70 being black men being shot and killed.
I want y'all to look at Charlie Kirk while she's saying this, because he's like, yeah, I don't gotta say nothing, man. I got a pretty black bitch saying it for me. Go ahead, dear. Look at him. Look at your boy. He look like a boss. Like
% of homicides being committed by black men, or 60 to 70 being black men being shot and killed on the south side of Chicago.
That's a moot point. That has nothing to do with the question.
I'm answering your question. It's not a moot point. It's me trying to tell you why I am disagreeing with your whole premise. It's an issue.
Okay.
So if you're talking about, what is it, unarmed this year, 13 unarmed men were shot and killed this year, 13.
Okay.
Unarmed, shot and killed. So you're saying unarmed, right? If you're saying people being shot by police officers because they tried to shoot first, that's a whole different subject. Police officers have a right to defend themselves. Police officers are 18 and a half times more likely to be shot and killed by a black man than the other way around. So I'm
She talking wild.
And this shit is like nails on the fucking chalkboard. This shit is like nails on the chalkboard.
Did y'all hear what she said? The words she used. They have a right to defend themselves.
I'm telling you that I disagree with your premise. So I can't answer your question if I reject your.
But you got to think about this. The police got a right to defend themselves, but George Floyd had a right to defend himself. Think about it. When the police is a fucking racist that's killing you with a badge on and it ain't even justified, yeah, your family gonna get a big check when you dead, but in that moment, you already being violated, and if you fight back, you just gonna make it worse. So that's what I'm saying. When people say the police got a right to defend themselves, oh, they've shown that time after time. They've over-defended themselves. The problem is, but don't cut me off. The problem is we don't have a right to defend ourselves from a tyrannical police force that ain't protecting and serving. It's basically being activated as a militant white militia against us. So shout out to D-Dub exclusive. Fun fact about Candace Owens is when she was in high school, she sued her high school for racial discrimination. Damn.
Wow. See, what I was going to say is, on the right, they use a lot of slogan like catchphrase. You know what I'm saying? Like repetitive things they can just repeat. And but they was using it on the left in the campaign for the presidency, because that was the one line that Kamala Harris kept repeating. Israel got a right to defend themselves. I don't remember that. She kept using that line over and over again. No matter what she was, the context they was asking a question about it or related to it, she just pull out that phrase and throw it at the problem. And here she is using the same, you know, the same message. But we all know the police gonna defend themselves anyway. You know, they ain't, you know, they're supposed to be trained to do that. So, but you know, I mean,
Yeah,
you got a
so
woman with a
Your
pot of
premise.
boiling water, hot water. You know
check.
that you don't need
Bro
to defend
Sanchez, you was a
yourself.
policeman, right?
Yeah, I was.
Usually.
Yeah, I was military police. Military
Okay.
police. Yeah.
All
That's
right,
your
but you know,
premise.
civilian they got threat levels. So a policeman's supposed to
All
use
police got threat levels. They go by the
yeah.
use of force margin. Yeah.
Okay. So if a person doesn't have a weapon, he really not supposed to be pulling out his gun. He might use mace or
Let me show you how racist it is, right? There's something called the use of force model. And it's a little chart. It's a color-based chart. It start with blue and then it go to red. Blue mean less force, red mean lethal force. And it go from blue to like yellow, then it go from like blue to like yellow to orange, then to red type shit. But blue mean less talk. Yellow means, we getting mildly physical. And then, orange mean we pepper spraying, probably punching you. Red mean you getting shot, type shit. So the thing, it go from blue to red. What we see in a lot of these police shooting, it just go straight to red. Just like, think about Sonya Massey, Sonya Massey, right? It's supposed to gradually go from blue to red, meaning you can't skip from blue to red on the use of force model. You got to work your way through the levels of progression of force. You feel me, y'all? So what happened with Sonya? So let me talk. So what happened with Sonya Massey, right? They went from put that down to pop, 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 blue to red. And then they get justified, and then they get the immunity, and then the tax dollars come out of our pockets. We pay for the body, and they keep doing it.
I mean, I personally believe, peace to the panel and in the chat. I personally believe that we have serial killers as officers. I digress. Yeah.
Huh. Security officers as policemen, meaning that they don't have the training.
No, serial killers.
What I'm
that
telling you,
means
let me break down to you about this, because this is what the far right like to say. Whenever you bring up police brutality, they say we need to throw more training at the police, and guess what that means? Let's give the police more money to kill you more. Because guess what? It ain't a lack of training thing. And when you join a police department, they don't give you the proper constitutional training to protect and serve the citizens. Basically, you're a rookie cop, and it's like when you go to McDonald's or Burger King and get a job, and they just kind of have someone train you. Hey man, here go the burger machine, here go the fry machine. This is what we do right here. And when the person train you at McDonald's, they ain't opening up McDonald's rule book. They showing you what the shit they do at they McDonald's, and it might not all be the policy. Let me tell you something. When I was working security, you're liable for what you do as a security guard. You're more liable than a police officer if you hurt somebody, which is a damn shame. Police should have more liability. But check this, because they got right. But check this out. But because of that, as a security officer, I would read the fucking books at my jobs, because they don't tell you to read these manuals and stuff. They have a person train you, and the person just training you on the way they've been doing things in that company for the past couple of years. If the higher ups come in, it may be a lot of shit out of book, but see, a lot of companies want it to be that way because it be corruption in those companies. somebody cutting corners somewhere, property somewhere. And if you read the book, you will literally be policing their actions, saying, hey, boss, we not doing this right. And they will have to tell you, shh, we know that. You would have to, you see what I'm going here? This is what's going on in the police departments, to where the police ain't really being trained the right way on purpose, because the corruption is up higher than we think. And Trump is covering for all these corrupt police departments across America, man. He's the cover guy. He's back in the blue instead of investigating the blue. There's a problem in America with police corruption and police brutality. So these police are being trained to be racist, and they're not even being told to be racist. They just telling them, hey, when we're in these communities here, we're on high guard because there's a lot you can lose your, and that's when you in the black community. So they ain't necessarily saying, hey, let's be more physical with the black people. It's in a department, the officers saying, hey, when you're in this area, you need to be, but they ain't saying because it's a black area, but it's unsaid, but you know, it's like, but there's some truth to it too. The police want to make it home, but at the same time, I want to say this because I know y'all want the mic. I'm not sweeping black violence under the rug. I think they're sweeping white violence under the rug. Everything Charlie Kirk said about black violence is true. But when we bring up white violence, they deflect and bring up black violence. And he did that right before he died to a white man. So with that, that's going to be my last statement. Y'all can get y'all last words and we'll close out and let everyone close out. Salutes to the people who supported the show. Fela B, D-Dub, Von Hall, and Marlon, and to all of the channel members as well, and to the Patreons. Appreciate y'all so much. I'm going to let y'all close out, though. Salutes to the panel.
I just wanted to say one thing, that when it comes to, when I hear of someone being hung, really, would you, if you wanted to delete yourself, would you really want to hang yourself? I mean, you have to do that right. It's not an easy thing just to hang yourself. Mm-hmm. And also, I believe also when when the police want to write off suicide, especially if it's a hanging, they write that off. They don't have to do no investigation. They just write it off. Is that true? Because that's what I've learned.
That's the same thing with gun violence or gang violence. They write it off. They don't investigate. If it was at least as far as I know, coming up, I've never seen them come back like on TV or NCIS come back and they do ballistics and all that. When it was gang related, it was just gang related, and that was the last we heard about it from our standpoint.
And let me give a shout out to Infinite Mark for becoming a channel member. Appreciate the love, Mark. And we gonna go ahead and let y'all go with this one because I'm so far past my time. We out. Peace and love to the panel once again. We out.